So we're continuing on with Reverse 1999. I'm wondering if we're able to, how far we could get, because we're starting on 11. Hey Dale. So we last left off where Isso just walked into Kakane, if I remember her name correctly, place, and we see who do we see leave? Oh, did we see Marcus leaving? Let's see, what's the percentage today? Dale, Millie. Time out, Melody. Not sure if that affected her since she's at work and she's probably busy. So we see the person about Madam Hoffman, Marcus, Iso, and I think this is Kaka. Yeah, I have to find her who her name is. I forgot about it. I forgot her name. It's been a week since I played. Oops. How do you untime out? Alright, everyone be nice. We're gonna start the story. One act play.
Feeling better now? Is anything still haunting you? Talking to you? Do you remember who you are, Isolde?
The clinic returns to silence as Kakadni holds Isolde's hand, observing concern the pale actress behind her. She looks towards the tabletop mirror, allowing tears to fall from her hollow eyes.
Oh, yes, Doctor. I see it now. That fire. The fire that devoured everything. How could I ever forget? The raging fire consumed everything, including Theophil. He was screaming. His mind was already gone before
just let me know how to pronounce your name.
How could you ignore everything with such disregard? Who allowed him to forget with such disregard? Well, I remember it all. I am from a noble family. I need to be a qualified Ditterstorf. An outstanding arcanist. A first-rate opera singer, a good sister, and a good daughter.
Thank you for the follow.
Never forget my manners,
Never
forget
her.
the family. But he
I'm not
got
sure
away
if I
with
pronounced it right or not.
If Theophil was truly a man of courage, he should have joined the army, or fought a duel with someone. That would have made his death more honorable. Yet, he chose to die this way, after a life of debauchery.
So are you also playing the game Reverse 1999? So let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Fenhil Zaire. Fenhil Zaire. I don't know. A nice. Have you? I guess because another story came out a while back, so I'm kind of a little behind. So I was doing the main event right now. I'm not sure if there's 24 stages, but well, I want to see how far can we get for tonight. I'm probably gonna end in like I usually do like 2 to 3 hours, so we'll see how far we get. She breathes a heavy and bitter sigh, and finally, color returns to her face.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told you that. It's okay, Isolde. You're doing it right. That's what therapy is for. These memories are exactly what we need. What's been deliberately repressed and ignored in the depths of your heart will manifest into words and help you reconnect with your emotions. Soon your symptoms of hysteria will diminish. Don't be afraid. You can talk to me about anything. In the name of my family and the Hippocratic Oath, I will keep things between you and me. Everything will be a secret. Our secret. Our secret.
So wondering if she's not Isol, but is Kakanya a good person or a bad person? Even though she is helping her. Thanks for the lurk. The woman's cheek, still wet with tears, revealed a tragic smile, like dew on rose petals.
Klingt wunderbar.
She closes her eyes, striving in the moment to open them without being freed from the fog of the
Ich erinnere
past.
mich an dieses Zimmer. Das Zimmer war übermäßig hell. Ich konnte mich nie an Glühbirnen gewöhnen und bevorzugte das sanftere Licht von Kerzen.
Where's Sasu?
Meine Mutter hatte immer eine weiße Kerze brennen, wenn sie mich beim Zubettgehen sah. Was ist mit dieser Kerze passiert? Jemand hat sie umgeworfen.
Somebody knocked over the candle lighting.
Mein dunkelhaariger Bruder.
Was the brother?
Er zündete die Kerze an, setzte das Zimmer in Brand und verbrannte all seine Gemälde.
Er rannte zu mir. Sein Körper brannte. In seiner Hand war eine Waffe. Ich sagte Theophil einmal, er sei kein Genie wie Weininger. Sich eine Kugel zu geben, werde ihn nicht berühmt machen. Nur ein Debüt hinterlässt Eindruck. Die folgenden Shows sind langweilige Wiederholungen. Er lachte. In der Tat, zu viele haben sich für Ruhm erschossen. Nur durch leidenschaftliches Feuer würde die Welt sich an mich erinnern. Ich verabschiedete mich von ihm und ging nach unten, um mit den Damen zu sprechen. Blut durchtränkte den Holzboden und tropfte in meinen Becher. Tropf, Tropf, Tropf. Ich ging nach oben und fand Theophil in einer Blutlache liegen. Ein Revolver lag in seiner Hand. Ah, wie sein Zylinder wie Musik klickte. Ich hob mein Kleid an, damit das Feuer wie Wasser herabbrüllen konnte. Ich lehnte mich über das Loch an seiner linken Schläfe und sagte: Theophil, wo ist dein Feuer? Theophil setzte sich auf und sagte: Isolde, wo ist deine Waffe?
Ihre Waffe?
Meine Waffe? Meine Waffe! Ich erinnere mich jetzt. Ich hielt die Waffe die ganze Zeit. Theophil stand im Arbeitszimmer. Die Flammen umhüllten den Balken, die Decke, alles.
Was?
Er rannte auf mich zu, schreiend vor Schmerzen. Er brannte. Die Hitze trocknete mir die Augen aus. Er stand in Flammen und rannte auf mich zu. Doktor, er rannte auf mich zu.
Oh, for the last one, yeah, but I think I forgot to return the mic off since I was chewing. She clenched her teeth, trying to squeeze out words, gripping her chest as if to squeeze out her insides, to open herself like a finely crafted wooden box, offering herself to the rescuer. You can hear me now, right?
Tief einatmen.
Alright, that's good, thanks.
Ganz langsam ausatmen. Es ist alles in Ordnung, Isolde. Ich bin hier bei Ihnen. Sie sind sicher.
Kaka extends her arms, gently circling the woman in her embrace. She breathes deeply, calming down inside the green warmth.
Und dann hörte ich einen Schuss.
Their embrace tightens slightly.
Ich kann mich nicht erinnern. Der Abzug war schwer zu ziehen. Nach dem Schuss ist es mir aus der Hand gerutscht.
She lifts her head up towards the good doctor, tears flowing from her eyes.
Ich habe Theophil getötet. Es war ich. Ich verdiene es nicht, das Recht zu haben, an seiner Beerdigung teilzunehmen oder seine Gedenkausstellungen zu veranstalten. Ich verdiene keine Sympathie und Freundlichkeit.
Did some bad spirit like possess
Ich hätte
her?
in dem Feuer verbrennen sollen. Ich hätte sterben sollen.
ist gut. Ich bin weder Richter noch Polizist, Isolde. Ich bin einfach nur Ihr Arzt. Ich werde Ihnen treu bleiben, egal was Sie denken, wer Sie sind. Ihr Leben war in Gefahr. Jeder hätte dasselbe getan. Es war nicht Ihre Schuld, Isolde. Sie waren einfach verängstigt. Schämen Sie sich nicht für Ihr instinktives Verhalten. Seien Sie versichert, Ihr Geheimnis ist bei mir sicher. Nach Dr. Freud ist das Akzeptieren Ihrer Dunkelheit der erste Schritt zur Befreiung. Es erfordert Mut und ist nicht einfach zu tun. Die meisten Menschen schaffen es nicht. Aber Sie haben das sehr gut gemacht.
Habe ich eine gute Arbeit geleistet?
Ja, eine ausgezeichnete Arbeit.
Doktor!
Her tears now are like a broken dam, relief for the burden that has too long held. Kakaza holds her gently, waiting for the long overdue carols to come to an end. What's up, Dale?
Alright, this is as far as I can walk you. You have to host a ceremony tomorrow, and Tosca's next week. Vienna won't forgive me if I take up too much of your time.
Don't worry about it. Like you said, the night breeze will do me some good.
She still cleaves hard to... Wait, she still cleaves hard to Kakaja's arm, but quickly shaking her head. As twilight falls, few passersby notice the distinguished opera singer among them. Who's the traitor?
I heard from Heinrich that you're trying new things. I read his stage design. The style of Berlin expressionism he adopted is quite refreshing. I have to admit, he became a little strange after his trip to Berlin. But his passion for art didn't change, nor did his love for his fellow Viennese.
I appreciate his hard work as well. But sadly, the Vienna Court Opera didn't approve our performance application. So we turned to the Wiener Volksoper.
Well, I'm not surprised. Understand that Mr. Mahler is the artistic director of the Vienna Court Opera, and even he could not bring Salome to the stage. Those boring, stale old-timers will never approve of new forms of art. They always expect something predictable and unvarying. The same old pieces and settings.
Her complexion darkens again as she turns her head.
I'm the reason Tosca can't get the permission. Because I, the star, am a medium. A maniacal arcanist.
Oh no, that's not it. In Vienna, the great composers, conductors, and performers, almost all of them have been arcanists. Wiping out the unique talents of arcanists and their artistic contributions would be like setting fire to the cultural tapestry of Viennese society.
Oh, sorry, a flood. A flood is better.
Let's see what the percentage is. let's see. They'll go do it. There you go, Dale. Better, Dale. the actress's, or at least acts, abilities to this minor slip.
They consider it a desecration of the stage. When a singer is channeling, she's essentially asking a spirit to possess her and speak directly through her. Thus, she becomes the character in the opera. People will question the authenticity of the voice. Is it still the singer's own voice? Or is it a fraud?
No, Isolde. They think that because they know nothing about performance. Not even the slightest thing. The nature of the stage is to be someone else. If they're so intent on the presentation of the true self, the mirrors in my clinic would like a word with them. It is an actor's job to become another person. On stage, in a fictional world, they briefly trick our eyes into thinking it's real. And to achieve that, we rehearse rigorously through sweat and pain. We take care of the music, the costumes, the settings, the lights. Your gift helps you do this better than others. That's all.
But I use the arcane skills of the Dittersdorf family. I couldn't have done these things without them. What if an arcanist's talent for art is also a curse? Maybe I'm just a fraud, Doctor. I'm propped up by my illness, and once it's cured, my talent will be gone with it.
They are lies. I believe you pregame before my stream. Kakasha paused abruptly. She turns back. Looking at the opera's genius tormented by her own talent.
It's not like that, Isolde. Using your talents is not cheating. We're arcanists, but before we allow ourselves to be defined by that word, who are we, really? If an arcanist grew up on a lonely island, she wouldn't see herself as an arcanist, but as a person like you, like me, like everyone.
Doctor.
But you know, the truth is, when I look at a crowd, I don't see any arcanists. All I see is our people, with different talents, trapped in life, their selfhoods ground smooth until they're indistinguishable from the crowd. Humans celebrate their flaws, yet they persecute our gifts. They control the narrative. They define our gifts as diseases, our talents as weaknesses, and our bloodlines as curses. If we're cured, we're just another face in the crowd. But if we live on with our diseases, we're forever ill, forever afflicted. We arcanists have to live in such a world, where we survive through suffering. Look at this city. This most enlightened, tolerant city. Under the sweet surface of the Sachertorte lies powder and poisonous vine. Arcanists are recognized for their artistic abilities, nothing more. We hold no parliamentary seats, no professional titles, and no professional credentials.
What do you mean, YouTube? YouTube, I just use, I usually upload my, VODs and stuff like that, but I might be behind in it.
We are exiled and marginalized. Our only voice in the culture is to be declaration, because declaration impacts nothing. The restrictions and discrimination against arcanists are worsening by day. First, we had to register with the government. Then we needed residence permits. And now, permission to cast arcane skills. And we can do nothing but tolerate, stay polite and dignified. Be a good arcanist, show no signs of instability, because we're supposed to stay rational.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're animals. But people are complicated. They can't stay rational forever. As Dr. Freud said, We're just seeing the tip of the iceberg.
As the street light comes on, Mikala looks up, now resembling an actress mid-monologue beneath the stark light.
You might be sick. I might be too. But the truth is, this whole society is sick. You can't just treat the individual and ignore the bigger picture. It was the repression of irrational desires that allowed the diseases to spread in our time. In this case, the people on that island are much freer than we are.
You mean that mysterious island? I hear gold is in the ground there.
Mikala nods with vigor.
Remember the lady from the Foundation?
Yes. Why?
She said the arcanists on that island are not lunatics, and they're living a life free of restrictions. Doesn't that sound great? If we could form our own society, like those artistic associations, and have control over our own production and labor. This must have been some kind of enlightenment. I can almost see it. They'll show us another way of life, a kingdom free of oppression. To help them is to help ourselves. And that's also what your exhibit is about.
Me? No, I'm not as great a person as you.
But you are working for a great cause.
Does he kill the magic user? What do you mean? No discrimination. The stars in her eyes begin to spread out. Mikanya reveals a dark and tender smile.
Isolde, my friend, I've shared my dream with you, and I hope one day it'll become your own, until the day when everyone shares the same dream. Our society needs a revolution, a radical surgery. We urgently need a new vision to reunite us at the dawn of the new century. Like the secession in art history, we need a secession of arcanum to distinguish us from hysterical lunatics, street peddlers, and con artists. We need a new dream, a new saga. We need to reinvent ourselves and become a new people. No more repression, only the full embrace of our primal desires.
Katana concluded her monologue, removing her hat so fastly it straightened the feathers on the top.
That's why your work has not been in vain. From Tailfield's art exhibition to the promotion of new art. Do not doubt yourself. You're helping a great cause.
Thank you, Doctor. This is the first time anyone said that to me. I will bear that in mind. Your words in the breeze of night have been stirring. Can you walk with me a little longer? I'd like to hear more things about the cessation you mentioned, so that I can prepare my speech for tomorrow's ceremony.
Yes, it is my pleasure. Would you like a walk to the Wiener Volksoper? I think they put up new posters.
That's why anyone would run away from Dale. I'd be like, it's a mad scientist! Probably like, what, do some blood samples and then try to make yourself be a magic user? From a higher vantage, the view is much improved.
Reporter of New Free Press, editor-in-chief of The Pan, the founder of Die Fackel. Oh, that's Aegon Erwin Kish, the reporter who uncovered the scandal surrounding Colonel Alfred Riedel. I had investigated this before. Adolf Loos, the architect. He designed the Steiner house, as I recall. That's Major Maximilian Honge and his wife. Who knew that celebrities like them would visit this exhibition? But they look different from the pictures in the papers. They were younger and less chubby. Has my memory failed me? Or is it because photography is also an art of beautification? Mr. Cull was right. People are flocking to the Secession building to get a glimpse of the new art.
I can't appreciate these things at all.
But once you have multiple skills, won't you be targeted to be experimented on? Hoffman comments her typical cold trajectory.
I've informed the field agent squad. As soon as Heinrich shows up, we'll get him under control. Ideally, we will take him away for illegal use of arcane skills. It is the best reason and the least risk. It also complies with the laws of this time. If Manus Vindictae is behind all this, they will show themselves for sure. The squad will assist us with the perimeter by then. Marcus, your mission is to watch everything closely. Heinrich could be disguised and hiding in the crowd. Also keep an eye on the Manus and the rituals. That's what we were originally here for.
Leave it to me. I won't miss a thing.
A starburst of information floods into Marcus's eyes, wheeling across her mind with 1,000 pages at once. The world has always been a book to her.
Mr. Thomas, the representative, is talking to the ladies about Expressionism. His parents did not foresee the success of Impressionism, the works that made no sense but became priceless on the market. That's why his generation overcorrects their aesthetic standards and pays compliments to any art they don't understand. The reporter for the New Free Press and that major are discussing the frequent suicides in Vienna. They've written articles about it, and many of them attribute it to the publication of The Sorrows of Young Weather. Kakanya is describing the founding idea of this circle. This is the first magic circle drawn by the primitive man. Quite a strong woman. The military exercise in Bosnia and Herzegovina this spring, General Conrad to lose power, a low-pressure trough on the Atlantic Ocean, ivory-colored paper for official use only, the general, wife of a cabinet member, court sand, is arcanum a bacterial infection? Is psychoanalysis a new type of mental illness?
What?
Mr. Heinrich is not here. Nothing useful on this page. Ah, Miss Isolde again. She's the host of the exhibition. She seems healthier than the last time we met. I don't know why, but I'm happy for her. She's about to make a speech.
It is my honor to host this exhibition. Before we begin, I'd like to express my gratitude for Mr. Heinrich, who is Theophil's friend and the curator of this exhibition.
Heinrich still hasn't shown up. Did he notice something?
And also, a friend of mine, the founder of the circle, Miss Clara. Without her tireless work behind the scenes, we wouldn't be here today. Born into a rising arcane family of the middle class, Miss Clara is a devoted doctor and an art connoisseur with impeccable taste.
Asal makes a dramatic introduction, reaching out for the audience below.
Dr. Kakanya is standing up, greeting the guests. That's an awkward smile. Looks like she didn't see this coming. Miss Isolde is giving her an encouraging look. She wants to introduce her friend to the celebrities? So they're actually very close.
I told her not to mention my name.
Miss Kakanya is lowering her hat. Does she not like the spotlight? No, that's not it. Is it because of Miss Didastov's gaze?
Marcus observes the woman in green intently.
This is the debut of the Salvation. The only painting Theophil left behind.
This is it.
In his last moments, Theophil became obsessed with the Golden Isle. He envisioned it as a realm of art and culture, a utopia for arcanists. There, the primal vitality and passion of arcanists would be preserved and never tainted by the outside world. He wrote, "That island holds the hope of salvation."
Is this so? This is above my clearance. Sounds like everyone in Vienna has their own interpretation of the island.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. We are forming a committee to petition the Empire to cease its attacks on the island. The arcanists there are not lunatics. They are simply living free.
Huh?
Familiar words interrupt Marcus's thought, her eyes widening in bewilderment. But beneath the spotlight, the speech continues.
Their existence is a revelation to us. To help them is to help ourselves. Our society is sick. Treating the individual is only treating a symptom. It needs a radical surgery. A revolution that will let us rediscover our repressed nature and reinvent ourselves in this world.
Something's wrong. Her speech is...
Marcus's intuition hammers out a warning. A loud, clear italics in her mind. Oh, hitting the last news. So I already hit it. This is the third time. So next time I can't block the ads. Before she can act, Isol raises her hand, as if holding out some drawn sword, reaching to climax of her speech.
I wish for the arcanists to unite and establish an independent kingdom of freedom, free from repression and oppression.
How did they find out?
It's an emergency. Seals the exits. Add Isolde to our targets.
Hoffman delivers her orders coldly and without a moment of hesitation.
Marcus, now.
What? Am I hearing things, or did Miss Dittledoff really say that?
At first, the crowd stirs like a ripple over deep and swift currents.
Oh, forgive her. Perhaps Miss Dittledoff hasn't fully recovered from her illness. I think so too.
Khan raises up from her seat, her hat sliding off her knee, stunned hands failing to catch it.
How? I did not tell her to.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, calm down!
The man's voice booms from the other end of the exhibit hall.
Do not panic, for I have found salvation for you!
Henry? What is that behind you?
Often the target showed up. The golems are attacking us.
I see it too. The arcane skill of object enchantment. Marcus, give it a read.
Armor statues surround Henrik, reaching a motionlessness, but that creates a dramatic tablet.
Please do not ignore what Miss Dattersdorf is saying. This is a proving ground for a world-ending experiment. A catastrophe is coming. The clouds of war are filling up the sky. Open your eyes and look at all we have now. The music, the art, the ambitions of progress. Man's gunfire will destroy them all.
What? What are you all talking about?
Not to worry, Doctor. You simply don't know yet.
The woman, now so strange in the doctor's eye, reaches out her hands.
Follow me and I'll show you everything. Where your dream has taken a root.
The appearance of the golem agitates the crowd, and the ripple becomes a chaotic crash of waves.
This is ridiculous. An independent kingdom? It is treason. We are Viennese. Why would we want to leave our own country?
Are these golems works of art too? They look expensive. I'd like one in my collection.
Open the door and let us go. This travesty is a disgrace.
The glow of arcane skill strikes against the golem, but leaves no trace of damage.
Are these golems immune to Arcanum? We can't get to Heinrich.
Madam Hoffman, I read them. Object enchantment strokes. The same ones we found at the Foundation branch.
Any signs of the Manus rituals?
No, nothing yet.
Hoffman nods, pressing the communication again.
Golems can only be broken from within. Marcus, tell everyone the method. Ola, evacuate everyone and use the mute spell. Don't let more people hear about the error.
The mentor, now agent, draws her sidearm, pushing through the panicked crowd. Through the gaps between the golems, she cleanly spots a pink dress disappearing behind a painting.
Heinrich escaped with his ode. There's an opening behind the painting. After them.
Got a battle scene. Hopefully I don't need healers. I'm not going. We're not bringing any healers.
Lies with you.
Where's Henrik disappeared to?
The moment of silence.
Do this.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Oh, need me to get you guys.
There they are. You don't want to miss it. What is wrong? What is wrong? Got you.
The moment of utterance.
Another jar?
Yeah, I know.
Benefit from reading.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Let's dance.
The moment of silence.
It's newly made this year.
Do this.
Enjoy.
Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
Madam Hoffman, are you all right?
I'm fine. They have escaped the tunnel. Stop the chase. Let's not cause any more disturbances.
This is strange.
What is it, Marcus?
This tunnel leads to the Vienna branch of the Foundation?
What?
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
The islands. The low stone table is ill suited for writing, but is a little other choice for the moment.
Thank you for your mediation within
It's
the community.
Burton!
I think you're right. Sending more people to the island will only exacerbate the trust issue. They don't trust us. And that's what Arcana wants. Things have just got better. And we can't let anything else upset this delicate balance. I think...
The pen hesitates for a moment, but driven by need, it commits to the paper.
If we somehow can't come to an agreement with the Apeiron, we should at least prevent them from allying with the Manus in turn.
The letter lingers dangerously on the fingertips. Then it flutters its wings, flying out of the room as a butterfly, heading at speed towards the headquarters of St. Pablo Foundation. A timely knock breaks the tension in her.
Come in, please.
The visitor lifts the curtain. The room of the school is a perron, rarely have doors. Such curtains are merely a courtesy for guests from beyond the island.
Good morning, Miss Verton. I'm here to see if you need help with anything.
May I have some more paper?
Of course. We are always generous in our support of the contemplative.
Thank you, Miss Marta. Don't you want to ask me what I'm writing letters for?
Despite all the unpleasant events, the integrity of your soul number is unquestionable.
The school envy stands silently, her gaze not reflected beneath narrow eyelids.
The Foundation is negotiating with the outside world. They are trying to resolve this unfounded territorial dispute peacefully. We've yet to reveal the coordinates of the island, and don't want to exacerbate the conflict. Could you convey our sincere intentions?
You're such a young girl, yet you sound like an official.
She sighs tremulously.
But I'm just a practitioner without a number, a roamer of turbulent times. I haven't been on this island much longer than you. I will send your message, but I'm not the one who makes the decisions. It's just, from what I know about the teachings of Apeiron, what you're striving for is not of their concern, Miss Verton.
I don't understand.
All that is trivial in the phenomenal world is the trivialist of trivialities.
A wind blows in from beyond the void. In the direction of the sea breeze, one can see that the beach has been restored as if anew, no longer bearing the scars of battle as it littered it only a short time ago.
If the emanation arrives, everything will be washed away. Wars, disputes. Their number one priority is how to find salvation, once and for all.
This looks familiar. This is like looks like the whole but they changed a little bit. I remember them having the top part of the robe. The debate has been going on for days. Or is this still the same like the Number Island? I don't know. The whole is true, occupied by the clamor of the crushing reality.
The fact is, we're going astray. The emanation in 1999 had taken away almost all our outside contacts. Ever since the incident 4 years ago, we've been cut off from the outside world and have become an isolated island in the emanation. And during these 4 years, no research on the emanation progressed. In the end, the theoretical study of its patterns was proven completely wrong. How long should we sit idly by? Until the humans take over our island? No matter who revealed our coordinates, be it the Foundation or Manus Vindictae, someone should be held responsible.
37 is the one in charge of studying the emanation. Save your questions until after she wakes up. 6 is treating you now.
So this...
Also, talking about the decisions made 4 years ago is meaningless now. What's more, the Foundation is not hostile. They helped us minimize the damage from the reveal. Manus Vindictae has also given us constant material support since that difficult time 4 years ago.
37. She's just a child. Can't even handle her own business. Ever since she brought outsiders to the sacred place, everything has changed.
You know you're judging a child in a coma? Even if 37 did something wrong, she's certainly paying for it.
So Gad glaze at each other from the edge of the room, seeking with anger. Far from the formal votes awaiting the casting of stones, the debate has yet to even produce a clear topic of debate. The pursuit of truth of days past, now muttered by the dust and blood of the phenomenal world.
Don't get angry. What 42 is trying to say is simple.
Hey Suki! Thank you for the raid. Welcome Raiders. How's everyone doing? How's your Stella Blade thing? Were you just doing a boss? How's everyone doing? So we're just continuing on with the event for Reverse 1999. I think there's... Let's see. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to see if I can finish this event before, but from the looks of it, it doesn't look like it because I'm only on 13 and almost an hour has passed. And also that means I only did almost 3 stages.
Even if the emanation will take away the human army, when is it coming? Now that our model has failed, how can we be informed of the next emanation and act accordingly? If pure theoretical research is doomed to failure, and if we must look outward, how can we restore communication with the outside world? Do we stand with the Foundation, or with Manus Vindictae?
A clear voice of a person raises from below.
210. Your words are provocation. Are you saying that we should stop being neutral and get involved in the endless faction disputes? This is against what Apiron stands for.
I can't agree either. The truth is supposed to keep us off the Wheel of Birth, not on it.
I was just interpreting what 42 had in mind. Moreover, we're already caught in the Wheel of Birth. Human weapons were undeniably dropped on our island before. The tragedies it caused and the thirst for justice will only keep us trapped in this cycle. But what caused this cycle to begin with? Brothers and sisters, you are blinded by the shrapnels of that conflict, and you're missing the essence. Listen to me and I will tell you.
Cut to the chase, 210. It seems you're the one blinded by your own rhetorics.
Who can get me the stone clock on Six's seat? I'll clobber him myself.
The rhetorical taps his forehead mockingly, annoying the dissatisfaction of his cohorts.
The original cause is the failure of our research on emanation. Our excellence comes from our beliefs. Once the truth fails us, the foundation that sets us apart from the world will also fail us. However, my people of great wisdom, forgive me for imagining a worst case for you. We believe the book of nature was written in the language of mathematics, and every number is a transcendental existence living in the kingdom of eternity. Math is the path to truth. The calculation of math patterns has led us to pursue the fundamental knowledge of the world, the origin of Numa. But what if the supreme existence has no pattern at all? What if the ebb and tide of Numa is chaotic and irrational?
An uproar assures.
210, are you denying our beliefs? Are you saying the results we've achieved are just coincidences? The fundamental theorems of ancient mathematics? The applications and improvements from modern mathematics? The mathematical laws in atomic clocks and leaf venation? And every prophecy of emanation that were proven correct, were they all just a collective dream of ours?
Well, like I said, I was just imagining a worst-case scenario. Exhaustion is also a common method of proof.
Their further defense becomes untenable amidst loud denunciation. The call rises one after another, bouncing against the stone walls of the halls and reaching the ears of listeners outside of echoed cacophony.
Please help us, O Apiron. Correct the errors of our souls. Bring us back on the right path. Harmonize our spirit with the flesh, our will with life. Avoid sedition from a city. Purge sickness from the body.
Sophia wipes away her tears. A flock of seagulls flies over the beach. They circle and dance in the air with the unusual delicate grace, more like butterflies than birds.
Don't look like seagulls. Or am I mistaken?
The corrector moves forward, stepping into the crystal clear sunlight. When the red wax seal the St. Pablo Foundation expressed later is clearly
Are
visible.
these all from the outside world? What's happening out there?
I wonder if any outsiders are gonna like dock into on the island and like cause like a ruckus or uproar.
A lovely day to rest at an outdoor cafe, isn't it, darling? Everyone working here is a capable server and knows how to address you properly with my lady. I'm here for one simple thing: information. With a careful ear to the goings-on, a shrewd businesswoman can gather all the latest news. Oh, there she comes. That girl in green with the bouncing feathers in her hat. Don't worry. She can't hear us from here.
I know her.
Of course you do. Isn't she our lively little cockatoo? She says she's a psychiatrist, but with all the work she does for the people, she's more like Vienna's own Robin Hood. Oh, look at those people around her, with their gold cufflinks and patched sleeves. Very likely they're from Leopoldstadt. You can hear them saying, "Our golden era is finally here. Forget all these melodramatic rumors."
Leopoldstadt?
Maybe you know it by a different name? Perhaps you caught a glimpse of it under the list of exhibit sponsors? Europe at that time welcomed people from all over the world. Its culture and art held as their highest ideals. Its institutions believed they held the keys to paradise. They once believed that they were the lucky few. Blessed with the wisdom of a golden age, that's why they still linger here, even after the smoke of war faded the glimmers of gold away. It's not surprising to see Our Lady with them. See, she loves to seek these well-hidden things and chirp along with the most overlooked voices. But I feel sorry for her, because she herself overlooks some of these teeny-tiny things said at her own expense.
What things?
Words taken as jokes, ignored because her wishes and anticipation outweigh their sting. But while songs are floating in the wind, the clock keeps ticking. People in the cafe talk about the secessionists and the newest plays in the same breath. No one cares about the rumors trafficked in the newspapers. They're only concerned with what is in front of their eyes. Still, the good doctor comes to share the pain of that melancholy lady, and then next to the cafe, to encourage the lower class to persevere. She says that every man is entitled to the same rights. She'll draw a circle around them all like the ring road, or the round mirrors in her clinic. The good times will come again, so say the coffee sippers. But you know, in the end, they'll be like the undissolved sugar at the bottom of the cup. My dear, your coffee is getting cold.
Fitchersburg.
I'm looking for Isolde von Tittersdorf.
Two vigilant eyes appears from within the vent. The Watcher silently takes over Kanya, then opens the underground passage.
I'm looking for Isolde von Tittersdorf.
A small window opens high among the stone walls. A different Watcher now looks at Kakata again, more indifferent this time, unlocking the iron door with a key.
I'm looking for Isolde von Tittersdorf.
How many doors does she have to go through? The ragged peddler, a stranger to Kaka, nods with strange recognition. He drapes a colorful feather cloak over Kaka's and hurries through the corridor.
You sure this will work?
No time to complain, Doctor. You should be very grateful that I'm helping you. This is an invisibility cloak from Bohemia. It took the hair of 2 witches to make one. No one will see you, even if you were right under their noses.
Okay.
The stiff feather covers her entirely, making Kaka feel like an odd, flightless, if colorful bird. Enduring the discomfort of the smell, she quickens her pace. The sound of her own footfalls accelerates her heartbeat. Though she tries to remember they are only audible to her, she turns the corner, then passes through another corridor. Things might well have gone smoothly, and not for some unexpected occurrence.
Huh? Where did the feathers come from?
Holy, it's losing feathers. I should have known these arcane devices were unreliable. I'm so close.
Kaka breaks into the run, her bellowing skirts escaping the cloak covers, and so appearing in the air behind her.
Wait! Isn't that the wanted criminal Kakanya? The traitor! Disturbing the peace, inciting treason, and bewitching citizens with arcane skills? How dare she infiltrate the government? Halt! You're under arrest!
You can't catch me.
My duty lies with you.
Yeah, I know.
The moment of silence.
Another jar?
Learn from silence.
Oh, need me to get you guys an
Enjoy!
The moment of utterance.
Yeah, I know.
It's newly made this year.
Learn from silence.
What? You still don't recognize me?
Gotcha.
What about now?
The moment of silence.
Yeah, I know.
Learn from silence.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about now? Hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Seven, siete, set!
Really? What characters do you have on your lineup? Because I got 6, but I didn't get lucky on getting 37. I'm like, ah. So like the ones I wanted was Spedonia, which is the fire boxer girl. Like I know for the original ones, like, oh really? Wow. What was the issue? Or did you have like issue? It was like, were you playing on PC or phone or? Yeah, but oh man, isn't Urza like a isn't he like a healer? I'm not sure if you need any more healers or not. I already have 2 fairy. Well, man, 2 fairy now, but I was using medicine pocket. But wait, so let's see. Oh, this is 1.7. So you did play 1.6, right? So Zhenjiangzi, and I'm not sure if you got Gintian. I'm not sure if you were rolling for any of those characters. I didn't get lucky with Gentian, but I was mostly trying to see how far I could get. Because with Gintian's banner, it wasn't going towards the lucky albums that you get, so I kept on rolling until I got 200. So I think we got Jingun's her up to was it P3? I think. I'm trying to think what 1.2 was. Was that the desert one or was that the horror movie one? Oh, yeah. I didn't get any of those guys, but I lost my pity and got Jessica. I think. Well, no. They had us for one of the summons. They gave us a choice to who we wanted out of the 4 characters. So I picked Anna Lee, Jessica. But the one I wanted was Anna Lee. I didn't get her, and I got Jessica. But the other 2 out of the 4, I think I already had, or that I didn't need. So, but right now I'm also leveling up Jessica because I heard that Isso is a good teammate for Jessica with the crits and stuff. With in the debuffs and the crits. Kakana slams the door shut, barricading her pursuer behind her. The room she finds herself is an odd suspicious. A crystal figure emerges from behind the bookshelves.
Doctor, you finally come. I've been waiting for you.
Iso drifts towards Kakana like a wisp, as if not fully real.
For so long. Was your journey here safe? How have you been?
Kakana can't help but step back cautiously.
Isolde, what is going on? What have you and Heinrich done? Why did you say that at the exhibition? Who were those people helping me on my way here? What's with the golems, the secret tunnels, and that turmoil? You vanished from the exhibition, and now the Circle is considered a treasonous organization, and our members are now wanted. Newspapers are criticizing us. The New Free Press called us treasonous and naive, like a teenage runaway. And now the Circle has become subversives, and I'm wanted. They even thought the chaos and subsequent turmoil were planned by me. This is not why I founded it. And now you invite me here, claiming to have found the way to realize my dream. You're confusing me. Are you still the Isolde I know? You...
She has two
Please
personalities.
listen to me, Doctor. I've been meaning to tell you from the beginning. But Heinrich stopped me and told me the exhibition was a better time. He said your dream is a dream for everyone. And that's why we should announce it in front of everyone.
Hendrik, again?
I should apologize.
He's the time traveler.
I did not see this coming. I have discredited you, and you have every reason to hate me.
She poorly hides the disappointment from her face, noting as the light in her eyes dim momentarily.
But worry not, Doctor. I give you my word. Soon you won't have to worry about anything. These people don't understand your dream, and they won't become your allies. But we are different.
We?
She furrows her brow, mulling over the word with full weight and prudence.
The mister who sent me your message. The people showing me the way. All were unfamiliar faces. I've never met any of them before. Who are they? No, who are you?
Yeah, babe.
What is your purpose?
Doctor, it doesn't matter, Doctor.
Does it look like she's going crazy?
What matters is that we share the same dream with you. We long for the same paradise as you do. That glorious kingdom of freedom.
She steps forward. Wait. Yeah, well, yeah, because I know, like, for her ability, doesn't like stuff possess her and stuff like that. She steps towards the void again, with stage emotions. Her smile is as beautiful as has been in any performance.
Isolde, are you seeing illusions again?
No, Doctor. I'm completely cured. You healed me. And now, it's my turn to treat the world with you. Let's scrape the paint off the top, reveal its true colors and reshape it. Until it is transformed into a perfect world. A perfect society. Because we are the chosen ones.
You gone
You
crazy.
planned the riots in Leopoldstadt, right? And the march demanding the transformation of society.
Isa smiles half mischievously.
Isolde, I don't know what they said to threaten you, but you can't stay with them. They're not treating you You're committing a crime.
The actress stands bewildered, as if she had never considered it at all.
But I did exactly what you told me to do, Doctor.
Me?
Isol takes slight steps, retreating but not turning.
Es warst du, der mir gesagt hat, mich nicht länger zu unterdrücken.
The graceful woman takes her place. Soon, she will pay homage to the splendid one-act play with her art. The current of her stage is about to rise. Ilsa nods, turning in a move at first bashful, but then her face returns, now hidden behind a black
Es warst
mask.
du, die mir gesagt hat, dass unsere Gesellschaft eine Operation braucht und dass wir Organisten einen neuen Lebensstil brauchen. Ist das nicht auch dein Traum? Ich möchte dir nur die Wahrheit der Welt geben. Ich möchte dir nur deinen Traum zurückgeben.
With hope rekindled,
Burn these letters, Marcus. Destroy them in accordance with the Field Mission Manual Article 341, so that no one else can read them.
Hoffman walks briskly, handing over the latest reviewed letter to her assistant.
Okay, Madam Hoffman. But shouldn't we reply to these messages from the field squad?
Don't bother. The secret letters are sent to all active investigators above rank 4. The squad is like the watchers of the critical points. They collect and record every event different to the ones in history and report to the Foundation. These incidents will be the index for evaluating the stability of the current era.
Well, I already got ISO, so I think I have enough for 2 tentpoles. I'm not sure how many free Una logs we got, but for crystal drops, I think we have 3K. So I think that's around 2 tentpoles, so 20 poles altogether. But I'm not sure who's gonna be the next person that's gonna be Kim out. I may roll for Marcus. But I'm not sure if she's out next banner or if she's a 5-star. She could be I'm not sure if she's a 6-star. She could be a 5-star, so I don't know.
In other words, the more reports they send, the more unstable the era is. This keeps every field investigator up to date on the situation so they can plan their next move. In the past, we have seen too many tragedies caused by a lack of information.
Are you saving for a certain person?
But now, our own task is more urgent.
Hoffman bites her lips, rushing Marcus around the corner. Recent events has added a few more strands of white to her hair.
The Circle publicly committed treason. Isolde and Heinrich disappeared. Kakanya became wanted. The Leopoldstadt riots and the march of the lower-class arcanists may be directly related to them. Heinrich and Isolde's speech is like the spark that ignited the powder keg that is Vienna. The riots have been going on for days.
But why was Miss Kakanya wanted? She didn't act out of line in the exhibition and seemed totally unaware of the speech. All she had was the book which didn't belong to this era. Clearly, Heinrich didn't tell her a thing.
It is because she is the known founder of the Circle, and a middle class with no background. This is good news for us, Marcus. We can start with Kakanya. They did protect her from being wanted, which means she has not been fully assimilated into this elite group of nobles. How typical of Manus Vindicte. We need to find her fast. Luckily, the spider tail you put on her is reacting.
What's that, a golem? Or explosion? Stones scrape over the top of her head. The investigators turn back in shock. The statue stands at the entrance of the Foundation Vanilla branch, just has been shattered into pieces. A hysterical laugh can be heard booming from the fourth floor window.
Go to hell, you dirty, disgusting officials! For a kingdom of freedom!
For a kingdom of freedom.
Shoot, they're attacking the Foundation branch. Focus on what's important, Marcus. Someone summoned a bunch of critters on Kärtnerstraße. They're coming this way.
Fight? We're fighting critters?
My duty lies with you. The moment of silence.
It's newly made this year.
Learn from silence.
Need me to get you guys an ambulance?
Got you.
¿Intentarlo de nuevo?
Let's see. 2 waves.
Yes, I know. Tú decides. Yes, I know. What? You still don't recognize me? What about now? Hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Let's dance. Tú decides.
Another jar?
Let's reconnect.
Oh, need me to get you guys an
There they are.
The moment of utterance.
Now, lend two lucky guests.
Learn from silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no magic, nor any special kind of electronics.
I'll fill the cup for you. I remember it's called
Lending
Lending
a
a
hand.
Hand.
A strangely scented smoke spreads out over the streets, making the already chaotic stream even more incomprehensible.
Something's wrong with this mist. Maybe the evaporation of the arcane potion. Devil's shoestring, judging by the smell, for better diffusivity. Marcus, cover your mouth and nose if it enters the Foundation's branch when it clears up.
Hoffman pulls Marcus's hand, darting through the crowd at speed to avoid inhaling more of the unknown gas. At last, they reach an area not yet engulfed by chaos. For now, all that's left for them is to wait. The unseasoned investigator stands stunned and uncharacteristic, facing in her mind.
Marcus, are you okay? Did the mist get to you?
No.
Marcus pats her head, where a layer of cold sweat was formed.
Madam Hoffman, the terrorists and the people in the march, what they shouted, for a kingdom of freedom.
what Miss Dittersdorf said in the exhibit, and she quoted that from Dr. Kakanya. And it was me. I told that to Dr. Kakanya. I told her about the island. I told her it's a place of freedom for arcanists. So I'm the one who caused this turmoil. I told them the secret of the Golden Isle and caused the chain reaction.
I know, it's, well, man, he made me admin, but it's, more like a shared, Discord thing. But, right now, like, I don't believe it's, as active for, like, you know, but, like, I know he does a lot of, phone type games or mobile games. Yeah, my server's dead, so I just like, you know, been joining other people's Discords and like becoming admins for it, or like co-admin. Hoffman seems to have neither words of comfort nor criticism planned. She bites her tongue in her mouth. Marcus, meanwhile, collapsed slowly to the ground as she holds her head.
I didn't listen to you. I'm too reckless. I lack rational thinking. I'm unstable and out of control. And the one thing I can control, my arcane skill, didn't help at all. You vouched for me and appointed me to the field mission from the headquarters, but I...
Maybe it is like what you said.
Hoffman rubs her temple furiously, ignoring the now pale complexion of her subordinate.
Maybe you did play a role in this era, causing a butterfly effect in history. But trying to be responsible for everything beyond one's capability is a symbol of irrational hubris.
Hey, rolling otaku night.
First of all, creating chaos in this chaotic time is more than easy. Just look at all the frequent ethnic conflicts, assassinations, and espionage.
Okay.
If not the circle and is old, the Manis will find themselves a different flashpoint. You never know how the leaked information will simmer. Its subsequent spread is uncontrollable, and remorse would be useless. The thing is, everyone has their own ideas about that island. Your words just deepened the expectations.
Arola, have you finished this event? Her cheeks finally regained some color.
As for your self-assessment...
She's pretty awesome.
We have all heard it. Humans are more rational and arcanists are more emotional. They're sensitive to the darkness in the world so they can easily become absorbed in their own emotions and ignore reality. But if we put a human child in the position of an arcanist, who always takes on the world because of his uniqueness, who is never understood for his talents, maybe he too will become impulsive, sensitive, immature, and unstable.
Wait, didn't she have a brother? Or am I forgetting something?
If we put an arcanist child in the position of a human being who receives enough love, education, and positive feedback, these instabilities might be controllable. At least enough to keep them from hurting themselves or others.
Madam Hoffman?
I took you away from the storm in 1912. It has been a long time after that, so I know how precious it must be for you to return to 1914. And your urge to complete the mission and go back to Romania. You are not an impulsive person, Marcus. You're just growing up. And you do need to grow.
Hoffman brings her hand to her mouth, coughing softly and hesitantly.
As for appointing you, it was by my own will. Because the age of humans has come to an end.
The age of humans is ending?
Marcus staggers back to her feet. Contrary to her expression, Hoffman's expression is unchanged, as if she is merely stating the established fact.
If the eras keep on regressing, human technologies would fail to accumulate. Meanwhile, arcane skills that depend largely on the individual's potential will shine. In this war of reversals, futures, and time, it is you who will survive, not us. And that's why sooner or later, you'll have to go at it alone. This is the most rational assessment I can make for the continuation of civilization.
Rational. But I've been doing my best to be rational as well. Even though I keep reading and practicing information analysis, I can't make a choice. What if I make a wrong choice? What if there's no right answer? What if I never told Kakanya about...
Enough. You're getting carried away. There is nothing mysterious about rationality. It simply guides us out of confusion and straight to the essence of things.
The essence?
The reason why we're doing a job here is simple, Marcus. Arcanists keep going to the menace. It's because they can promise the salvation while we can't. Therefore, decoding their immunity ritual against the storm is top priority. If we can't, being isolated on a small piece of land, we're bound to meet our end in this temporal catastrophe. We're not the only investigators sent by the headquarters. So our mission is to collect every clue left by the menace and send them back to La Place. Everything else is secondary.
Marcus presses her lip tightly, not wanting to speak. She takes a deep breath, following Hoffman's words as they step out of the darkness. She can do nothing more than focus intently on the current situation.
Madam Hoffman, besides finding Miss Kakanya, there may be another way. That painting, the last work of Theophil, the Salvation, something's off with it. When I read it in the exhibition, I felt a familiar afflatus. It was concealed in a clever way, but I noticed the traces of concealment.
Manus's arcane skill.
Marcus hesitates for a moment, performing at once a nod and shaking her head, creating a muddled response.
But I couldn't read anything more from it. If we can persuade Miss Kakanya to help us with her arcane skill...
Is her arcane skill similar to yours?
No, quite different. I fought her once. I feel that under certain conditions, our arcane skills might be complementary.
Marcus puts wholeheartedly, once again drifting into her own thought.
Well done, Marcus. This is something only you can do. The government has a painting now. The field agent squad can retrieve it for us.
Hoffman nods, loading more bullets into the chamber.
The fog has cleared. Let's go. Now, we need to find Kakanya.
I'm just wondering, like, in the beginning of the story, isn't Miss Hoffman somebody's sister? For some reason I forgot who the brother was, or who the person was.
Darling, did you hear that? The sound of a match scraping against the box, igniting in a dark, silent alley. And then... boom! War, like an unstoppable train, hurtles down the track with its passengers vanishing in the thick, black smoke. In the train, the elderly tremble in the corner, and the infants babble dreaming. Oh, but the only young man aboard is filling coal into the furnace. Meanwhile, another train is hurtling down the same track, puffing the same black smoke. Alas, the two trains are destined to collide in a war to end all wars.
Who are the passengers on the other train?
Pay close attention. You'll see the banner reaching out above their train, and the bloodstains on it. Next, let's turn to where the train departed to find the source of everything. Rewind the clock to before the whistle blew, before the furnace ignited. And then, child, look somewhere far from here. In the Schönbrunn Palace, where the fine gentlemen of Austria-Hungary eagerly plan the extension of their national borders. But the Habsburgs value their honors so much that first they must find themselves some excuse to cross that border. Yet in another land, a humiliated people were gathering in secret, their blood as hot as fire, ready to burn anyone and anywhere it was splattered. Fate drove an open-topped car there, carrying an ill-fated couple. Their presence, a crushing indignity that could not be endured. An avenging bullet was sent to them as a gift from a luck-struck patriot. In a moment, each party was granted their long-sought excuse. Boots had their excuse to kick down their doors, and guns their excuse to fire. A yearning furnace at last had its reason to burn, to steam toward its final destination. My dear, it's not a story of hatred or anger. The footprints were laid down before you ever stepped forward into them. Fresh-faced boys traded books and toys for rifles, and poets were buried in trenches, musicians deafened by explosions and the howls of death. But those war starters? Those who doodled their ambitions on maps while supping their dessert would lose nothing in their gamble. The dew-fed river would still flow, and the facades of their great palaces would never be chipped or rocked by the guns they set off. Nothing stains their hands, save the cream from their cakes. Perhaps we wait. Wait for a pouring rain to douse the fires. A flood that might sweep the armies, wagered like betting chips from their maps. Then, perhaps, that car will turn and the fated dead will come back to life. But you know that will not be how the story ends.
The night before the gunshot. Quest in the woods.
What are you talking about? The storm? The war? I don't understand.
Kakala covers her head, retreating backwards.
If that's true, then the world we are living in, the era, and the people we are living in, everything will be destroyed in the near future.
And in the distant grand hall, in the exquisite mansion filled with roses, the waltz of the great empire continues to play.
Only the chosen ones will survive the storm. What about the others? Millions out there have never even heard of the storm.
Yes, only the chosen ones will survive the storm. This is a trial, Doctor.
She remains smiling, calm, like an uncanny portrait of her former self. A person Kakala feels she no longer knows, or maybe never did.
A trial? Then who started it? Who decided the standard? You? Or the so-called guiding one? God? Or the supreme existence? Who gave them the power to decide the fate of others? Who allows such absurdities to happen?
She steps forward with each salvo in her barrage of questions, voicing the confusion burning in her mind.
What is the past with the right order? If time just keeps going backwards, when and where will it stop? To a time when man did not exist? Or to a time before civilization? Then why did we write poems, pursue art, and develop civilization? Why did we try so hard to make progress? What was the point of it all?
Her chest heaves like a burning furnace, rage hot. Meanwhile, the delicate figure ahead only slightly furrows its brow.
I don't understand, Doctor.
The cold face tilts as if taken with a genuine bewilderedness.
Why are you so concerned about the others? Huh?
Kakasha suddenly feels a chill rising from her hand and feet.
When we reach the New World, we can fully realize your dream. We will create a kingdom of freedom for everyone. As for the embers of the Old World, they are like a tumor that should be removed. I care about them.
Tumors that should be removed?
Kakasha watches her bow. She remains standing on the stage. Iso gently lifts her skirt, swaying her body as if dancing, her voice milky as if singing. No one else hears the silent waltz she's dancing to beneath the jump beat of the explosion outside.
Look at this painting. How chaotic it is. Look at the repression in the darkness. Look at the beasts in the people's hearts, and the maggots under the golden surface. I listen to them as they listen to me. The shadowy echoes inside the skulls, the cacophonies of chaotic colors, the smudges on the canvas of rationality, and the filth in front of magnificent boulevards. They were excised, suppressed, the top paint scraped off and replaced with an empty, monotonous white. Yet, in the end, they will be released to the fullest, to everything.
She spins, performing the steps of her waltz, her skirt tracing a circle as demure as the scented shoes on her feet. As she dances, a closed cacao roars rises from the window.
Downstairs. Is that an explosion? You...
The dancer before her suddenly seems more dangerous than ever, but her feet are stuck, as if coated in resin, unable to move a step.
Theophil has left. He shone like a star in the end, just as he wished. But the rest of them, with their rocks and shattered windows, are still left to struggle. If only I could help them, just like how I helped Theophil.
What do you mean you helped Theophil?
She smiles, her eyes filled with a sorcerer's pity.
You didn't hear him. You were not there. He ran at me, stuttering my name. Every inch of his skin was ravaged by flame. So much pain. So much spectacle. I need to get water! But he was already on fire.
What is this crazy sister doing?
The water I found was in his skull and veins.
She suddenly stops as if the music score has reached a rest. Iso arms extend straight, her thumbs pointed up, her index finger extends forward pointedly. Her forearm lifts into the shooter stance.
Bang!
The sound of the empty gunshot pierces through Kakata as surely as a bullet.
No, Miss Ditterstoff. So you shot Theophil on purpose?
The doctor's list muttered, voicing the question as if to herself, as if searching for the proof in her own memory. She still remembers the fragile trembling that fills her embrace that day, and the sensation of tears soaking her neck.
This is the truth you had repressed?
You...
The actress turns around, never before so true to life.
You were right, Doctor. Lifting your oppression is the first step to liberation. I am fully cured. Look at me. Did I do a good job?
More like a crazy. Once again, an explosion rocks the ground from below, and smoke balloons begins to pour over the streets, rising into the view. This room is so rich in history. It's shaken by bursts of long-aged
Come
dust.
with me, Doctor. I am inviting you, just like how you invited me. Let's heal the world and save it together.
The actress turns and reaches out, but now there's no one before her. Only an empty door.
Huh? Doctor?
Run, Kakanya! She runs, her mind forcibly blank. Without the luxury of reason, direction, or purpose, she flees on instinct alone. Finding her way back quickly reaches a dead end. The path she comes by is absurd, everything warping beneath the upsetting dust.
There! Is that Miss Kakanya? Relax, people. Miss Kakanya is on our side. She has helped us a lot.
Ilich?
Beneath Ilich stands a throne of bizarre figures. Immigrants without residence permits, workers who can't pay their rent, farmers who have lost their land, traders who can't afford their wares, critters with nowhere to go within the cities.
What are you doing?
A gentleman from America said we could do something big here. So I gathered everyone. We will march down to the Kietenstrasse to the Vienna branch of the Foundation. Our slogan will be equal rights and freedom for Arcanus. How American is that?
The peddler feigns a smile, yet his expression remains spirited.
He seems to be quite a big shot with wads of cash in his pocket and reliable connections in the government.
It's
He
Henrich.
said we no longer have to worry about the residence permit and the Arcanum license after this job.
No longer.
God chews on her words absentmindedly, but the hopeful figure immersed does not seem to notice.
Want to come in with us, miss? This kind of activity is your favorite, isn't it? Hey, where are you going?
It's a trap! Right, where are you headed? Dr. Kakaya, isn't this exactly what you all have been passionate about? Doctor, isn't this exactly what you espouse, just put in practice? Out of nowhere, she recalls the words of that poem. Seeking psyllium in the woods, I asked him. A sharp question shoots out of her skull.
Kakanya, you should be tried and punished. Why? You gave your friends hope, prescribed them treatment, and vowed to stand by their side. But now you're silent and turning away. This is a betrayal. You betrayed your patient. You ran away from your kind. You are unfit to be a psychiatrist. You are not worthy to be a human being. What am I supposed to do then? My patient, I never figured out her true thoughts and feelings. And my fellow kinfolk, they were innocent and unaware of the manipulations of the influential. Even I was in confusion. How could I tell them the truth that I didn't know? How am I supposed to face the overwhelming madness and destruction on my own? So you're just someone who happens to stumble upon the truth? A bystander who happens to be watching from the shore? This is why you are a disgrace.
It's a sin to just stand by and watch. It's a sin to promise salvation, but fail to bring them ashore. It's an even greater sin to ignore this tragedy and turn away. Yes, I admit. I'm a hypocrite. I used to be so eager to help my friends, but when they really needed me, I turned my back on them. I told her to release her repressions, but when she actually did, I couldn't face the destructive consequences. I propagated my dream with great enthusiasm, hoping all my kids could live in a free world. But if it's realized in this way, it's the first nightmare imaginable for everyone. I said I would start the secession of the Arcanists, but what is the essence of this movement? A rebirth? Or a complete betrayal? I'm just like my father, mother, and brother, who tried to shed the label of Arcanists selling small wares as soon as they climbed up the social ladder. I'm lost. So please, tell me, what should I do? You already know, don't you?
Wer wird im Regen verschwinden? Wem wird das ewige Glück gewährt? Die Gnade von oben. Und diese Leere, das Aufhören der Existenz.
In a daze, she stands in the middle of the ring road, letting chaos pass by around her. A stolen debris from another explosion flies towards her, but her stance remains unchanged, as is obvious or welcoming of it. The stone suddenly changes its trajectory. Her body is pulled away, the figure shaking her is a familiar face.
You are fine. Thank goodness. I've been trying so hard to find you. I have something important to tell you.
The young assistant clutches the doctor's sleeve tightly.
A catastrophe is about to sweep across the globe. But there are still things we can do. If it goes smoothly, perhaps we can save plenty of lives.
So we got a critter battle, right? A strut and swagger. A parent not considering the possibilities that may soon be facing the real thing.
Please beat the drums.
Yeah. Another jar? It's newly made this year.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about
Gotcha. You don't want to miss it. There they are.
Never hold back, understood? Like an unstoppable beam. No turning back.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't be shy, Miriam.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
Like stray locusts or straggling rats, weak and exposed. Alright, let's start 17. Art above all, and now the most anticipated performance.
The field agent squad cannot make it this time. They have a more urgent mission. But the Vienna branch already requested support from the army, even though we haven't told them what is happening. They are irritated by the blatant attack. We'd better use the power of the era now.
Hoffman clips the Laplace issued communicator back onto her wrist.
Only one question remains. Is the source of this intel reliable, Marcus? Are Isolde and Heinrich really playing in the premiere of Tosca?
She questions her assistant, but her gaze is fixed on Kikanya, who sits there idle in thought and action.
Yes, it may sound a bit absurd, but that is Miss Kakanya's inference.
It is you who asked for cooperation. I've done what I can and told you everything I know.
She hangs her head, her voice uncharacteristically dispirited.
Unless the show is cancelled, Isolde will show up. She is a perfectionist when it comes to her work. If she shows up, so will Heinrich. Neither of them is under bounty, and the upper class loves her performance, so it's not hard for them to guarantee a show, even in these troubled times. I know her well. She will be there. If I know her as well as I think I do.
Kanya says nothing more, and her eyes fixed on the curtain, locking into a trance. The opera is about to begin. The audience passes through the aisles and take their seats on the soft chairs.
Madam Hoffman, what mission is the field agent squad dealing with?
Marcus speaks up, trying, in a manner of her books of conversation, to ease the momentary awkwardness.
Assassinations. There has been an outbreak in the Empire over the past 3 days. They are sent to guard the important people. We're out of manpower right now, so don't expect any backup. But don't worry. We don't need to capture or defeat the menace, just focus on the original ritual. Put your own safety first. Understand, Marcus?
Marcus signals her understanding. Once again, she dives deep into the root on the interior of the Vanilla People's Opera.
The audience is bigger than the tickets sold. I counted the seats in the balcony and the gallery. There are still too many people in the main hall. Are they all staff of the Vienna branch?
No. This could be the doing of Manus Vindictae. What are you laughing at?
That's you, Miss Foundation. You have no idea where you are. This is Vienna, the city of music. And this is Isolde and Tosca. People are crazy about them. I bet they would even stand outside the railings if standing tickets were sold. And when it reaches Act 3, they would fling themselves over the edge, crying, "Oh, Scapia, avanti addio!"
Hoffman's brow hangs heavy with visage.
Don't get what you're saying, but it sounds even worse than Manus Vindictae.
I collected information about this opera.
Marcus hands over another stack of materials to her mentor.
Rome, 1800s. Painter Mario Cavaradossi and singer Tosca are two lovers. Cavaradossi has been arrested for helping the fugitive Cesare Angelotti, former consul to the Roman Republic. To save her lover, Tosca turns to Scarpia, the chief of police. Scarpia has coveted Tosca for a long time, so he proposes that Cavaradossi will be freed if Tosca gives herself to him. Tosca submits to him, but when he tries to embrace her, Tosca stabs him in the heart with a dagger.
Oh, for heaven's sake, how did you make that sound so boring?
Kikana stands up, unable to bear the injustice any longer. She reaches out, snatching the snack.
I don't think you should read the script ahead of time. It takes away all the surprises. Just let the singer guide you and immerse yourself in this world. Isolde is very good in guiding the audience. She's the best there is.
Kikana grips the script tightly, ready and willing to defend her beloved play.
As a seancer, her incredible arcane skills allow her to act like the characters themselves on stage. She can do all kinds of voices, even those that seem physically impossible. When she does this, she becomes a completely different person, taking us to a world beyond reality. It'll feel like witnessing a miracle firsthand.
She realized her behavior is, for the moment, quite grossly inappropriate. Kakao slicks back down and removes her glasses, holding them in her hands.
Sorry, I got a little excited. So, this is how much I looked forward to this opera.
She trembles as her hand reaches up to grasp her forehead, her voice falling. Marcus hesitates, but eventually reaches out, placing her hand on her shoulder.
I'm sorry. I know you still see her as a friend.
No, I'm just thinking. I thought I knew my friends and my kin, but really I had no idea of what they were truly thinking. Even with this mirror and all the psychological theories. I am like Pandora who opens a box without knowing what was inside. Was it hope or destruction?
That sounds dark.
But I also think perhaps we can never truly understand one another. But things won't get any better if I give up because of it.
Casa shakes her head, rubs her eyes forcefully.
I cannot turn my back on this. Don't worry about me, Miss Marcus. Now that I am here, I will fulfill my promise. I will stop her. As for the doomsday you talked about, I don't know what I can do about it, to be honest. All I know is, if I don't stop her today, every day of my life will feel like doomsday. No matter what happens from here, the show has begun.
The lights dim, just as he has scripted it. The black-haired opera singer steps to the front of the stage.
Please, enjoy.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Even if the world ends tomorrow, we still have a show to enjoy.
Only applause. Applause, applause, applause.
It is going smoothly. Looks like Isolde is going to finish the show. But how did she get on stage? No one saw her backstage.
A secret passage, like at the exhibition. Marcus, keep an eye on Isolde. I'll go find Heinrich. The branch staff will take action as soon as she comes off the stage. I'll talk to you on the intercom.
Hoffman rises from her seat. The surrounding audience looks at her disapprovingly. Marcus stares intently at the stage. The spotlight shines, casting its beam on the stage's sole protagonist, Vannia's unprepared nightingale. But Marcus has no interest in her beautiful song. She's only calculating the progress of the unseen drama.
This is the second act. Scarpia, the chief of police, will propose a bargain. Tosca will pretend to submit and request safe conduct for her and Cavaradossi. When Scarpia signs the paper,
her focus stays narrow her vision. Marcus can feel even the slight tremble of the star's hair as she sings. Talsa bows before the statue, brewing her revenge.
La più breve, Civitavecchia.
A small piece of paper is retracted from Tulsa's fingertips.
Almost there. Almost there.
Tulsa lifts the red silk from the table. Facing the man lying in a pool of blood, she laughs out loud and manically.
Questo è il bacio di Tosca!
Wait, something's wrong.
Oh, is it actual murder?
The man lying on the ground. That's Mr. Carl from the branch? Is he really bleeding?
The movement of her reading reveals causing the telescope to slip from her hands.
What? Are you sure? Definitely, Miss Kakanya. He is not acting. That's real blood coming out of Mr. Carl's body. The assassination in the story has become reality. Why is the show still on? Why isn't the audience reacting? What about the branch stuff? Madam Hoffman, can you hear me?
Her cries goes unheard. The audience remains attentive and silent. There is no sound from the communicator.
What is going on?
Mikasha rushes down from her seat. She runs through the audience, whose expression remains unchanged, with head locked straight at the front of the stage.
It really is Mr. Carl.
The pool of blood beneath Carl slowly spreads, steaming in the cold air.
Why is no one... Are you all mad? A man has been killed, don't you see? Stop the show!
The audience sits calmly unfazed. The music continues. On the stage, I saw playing Tulsa turns around, revealing a pleased expression.
Cavaradossi, have you escaped from jail?
What?
My poor lover. You were put into jail only because you were too kind-hearted. I've been trying to clear your name. Scarpia proposed an unfair deal. He wanted me as his mistress. But now he's dead, at last. The whole of Rome was overshadowed by his power.
What are you talking about, Isolde?
That's not what the story is like. Run away with me, Cavarodossi. I have the safe conduct. We will go to the sacred kingdom of happiness and freedom, where no one knows us.
What are these? Oscar Butcherer poisoned to death. Resnick shot dead. And Hudnov assassinated. King of Greece assassinated.
What? All these are death
assassinated.
Targets?
All these assassinations at the same time?
What? They must be a... It rings through the hall like a torrential downpour.
Marcus, plan. I have a code red. Evacuate immediately.
Like, that must be a big organization to plan all those assassinations at the same time. Lord, lift the rainy day friend. Lifts the Lord knows. Pinch the lady's ear. You can do away with the raincoat and boots. A masked friend greets you warmly on the porch. Come and enjoy this wonderful rain. Yep.
Hey, give me a chip. Just one.
What are these? They look like ghouls or...
Yeah, I know.
It's newly made this. Another jar?
What? You still don't recognize me?
There they are. You don't want to miss it.
Someone is still standing. Understood?
Do this here.
Never hold back.
Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
Like an unstoppable beam.
7, 7, set.
I think you're adding the space to it. You have to have it all together. Okay. Still, you can't escape the murmurs of your remaining insanity. O Venus, most divine. Venus, Venus, when your golden blood crashes upon us, passing through the shimmering allure, over ankles and knees, and simple thighs so pure, a hammer falls at the temple core. You forget, touching light with your foot tip once more. O Venus, have you already left me? O Venus, could you be no more? Applaud, 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 and cheer. Fulfill the rector's roar. Dance not unpaced in the coffin's stiff embrace. For you, majestic and sublime, to offer meager praise. I follow you, Venus. Follow your fingertips in haze, stepping onto the path back to better sweet days. The clashing tides.
Their faces are distorting like those paintings. Is this also some kind of mass hysteria, or...
The opera house is bizarrely nosy, and the people within are restless.
See my glasses. Could you pass them to me? Oh, they've grown on my eyes. Don't mind me.
The cheer crowd stands on their chairs, clapping uncontrollably, shouting with maddened fervor.
Questo è il Baccio de Tosca! Come, friends, Keith and Keen.
Wait, they're like melted paintings.
Get up there! We will all kill our own Scarpia! Those so-called upper-class people don't deserve the best seats! Visitate! Visitemore!
More and more people leave their seats, some shouting as they step up and over to lean over railings and into the aisles. The music still plays, and the curtains still yet to fall.
I can almost feel the blood splashing on my face.
It's a mirror house.
Doubt this is art. The way in which reality replaces fantasy. I've never seen a show like this before. Zilla, Orf, what happened? Have you got blood on your faces too? Is this part of the show or Wow.
The crowd blends like a thick oil paint, surging and washing over every corner of the opera house.
They're killing each other in a frenzy. Is no one noticing this? Madam Hoffman, I have an emergency here.
Marcus stumbles, knocked over by a frenzied crowd, and the connection to her communication is lost.
No, I can't hear anything. The crowd won't let me leave. I need to make way myself.
Get out of the way!
My duty lies with you. The moment of utterance.
It's newly made this year.
What? You still don't recognize me?
Gotcha.
What about now?
It's wrong.
Yes, I know.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Oh, need me to get you guys an ambulance?
Let's get it over quick. There they are.
Yeah, I know. What? You still don't recognize me? What about now? Time for a special ta-da!
Oh, that didn't go through.
The moment of silence.
Yes, now let me choose two lucky
Benefit from reading.
ta-da! Time for a special massage.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Someone rushes out from the shadows, drawing a sidearm.
Quiet! Be quiet! Go to hell, you terrorists!
If the rouse had meant to bring order, this is only making the scene that much more chaotic. Gunshots, screams, roars, and bellows meld together. A few staff members from the Foundation branch weave through the crowd, but they are either infected by the hysteria or swept away in the flood of people. Marcus is dodged awkwardly among them, like a leaf in a rushing river.
I need to disperse them. At least open up the exit.
Marcus, what are you doing? I said evacuate.
Hoffman hurries from the other side of the curtain, pulling Marcus away from the skirming crowd.
But people are dying. It is our duty to...
I just got a message from the headquarters. The timekeeper has issued a 24-hour storm warning.
What?
The Manus has carried out several assassinations on the same day. The instability of this era has reached a critical point. Which means the storm is coming.
Marcus collapsed to the ground. Slowly, bewilderedly, she asks, raking her hands through her hair.
No. No way. The storm. It was me. It was me. It was me who started the chain reaction. It was me who leaked out the details of the island. It was me.
Get a hold of yourself, Marcus.
The pair of strong hands pulls her up from the ground.
This is a storm of time. Compared to the chaos it causes, you and I mean nothing more than a pebble. It happened many times before you did anything, and it will happen countless times more. The errors in history will disappear again and again, and so will the people. The situation can't get any worse. The only thing we can do now is to find the ritual that grants immunity to the storm. It's the only way to save more lives. The Foundation has issued the evacuation notice. All staff must return to the headquarters before the storm arrives. The closest evacuation point is Vienna Central Station. They will pick us up there in 2 hours.
2 hours?
Marcus recalls the map she saw on her way with picture's clarity.
It takes less than 2 hours to get...
I know. There are still things we can do before the storm truly arrives. But the enemies are probably much stronger than we are, and there will be no backup for us.
Not far away, the head of the Vanilla branch lies slayed, his face wretched in horror, a testament to a crime. Below the stage, people in fancy dress, in uniform, in costume, roar and surge form a
You once told me what really scared you was not a threat to your life, but the possibility of dying ignorant. I think I understand what you mean now. I don't want that either. I don't want to go back to the headquarters without doing anything at all.
Well said, Marcus. Let's go. Find Heinrich and Isolde. They might know the ritual or have the clues we need. We can still catch the last train if everything goes smoothly.
Hoffman expertly loads her weapon again, and Marcus grips her lamp tightly.
Kakanya is not with you?
Miss Kakanya ran up to the stage. She and Isolde...
Beyond the shoulders of the crowd, the green figure has disappeared from the stage. Marcus squints, inspecting the curtains and stage props.
Heinrich has enchanted all the props. There must be a hidden entrance to the secret chamber.
The painting?
I am sure. Miss Kakanya and Isolde are still in this theater.
Come here!
The deep purple glow of orientation radiates from the darkness. Hoffman pulls Marcus back by the shoulder. The incantation flies past her hair, singeing it. Uh-oh. There's her... The familiar figure of a gentleman flips in the scene. Heinrich! Their foot almost steps on air.
There are traps under the floor.
The opera is silent. No audience, no music, not a word or note from any actor. A space to think.
Isolde!
Cries echoes from behind the curtains. She opens her eyes as another protagonist leaps onto the stage.
Doctor!
War and Peace. I look at it, the ring of life, the ring of all lives. Your hands forms the ring, and the judgment is pronounced. On the doomsday, at the dust, when history fades away. O world, its head bites its feet, its knees touch its nose. O man, it inhabits the earth, waiting for the sky to fall. Yesterday turns to tomorrow, tomorrow reverts to yesterday. Who shall vanish from here? Who shall grant the eternal happiness, the grace from above, and that emptiness, the cessation of existence?
What is it that you want, Isolde? I thought the Foundation was exaggerating the truth, but you are...
Are you mad, Doctor? Because I killed Mr. Carl? I thought it would make you happy.
Happy? Why would I be happy?
Because he was a boastful man. His ideas were at odds with yours, and he contributed to the repression of this era. A bureaucrat you hate the most. He treated us like stains on the wall to be covered up in shame. And he was the kind of man who'd pocket the gold foil whenever he found any. Society is dying because of these hypocrites. Don't you think we should have the surgery and remove them?
Her words, mad as they are, managed to convey a warm sincerity.
I didn't know you would interpret my words this way. I deeply regret ever telling you that.
What? Why? Why are you being so cruel to me? It was you who said that everyone was sick and dying, even though they pretended to be fine. Yet, the source of the sickness lay not in ourselves, but in the twisted era we lived in. A radical surgery is the only way to remove this ugly tumor. And it was also you who told me to stop repressing and to embrace my desires. We should restore the world to what it was like. A kingdom of freedom where everyone will be happy. Are these not your words? Or have I misunderstood them? Why won't you look at me? Have I made such a big mistake that you don't want to see me again? No, no, no. Please answer me. I'm begging you. You are my only friend and the one I cherish most in the whole world. Doctor, what on earth have I done wrong? Why won't you forgive me?
Also chokes dramatically.
Is it because I'm too stupid to understand your words? Or because I'm also sick with the incurable tumor? If that's the case, please help me. Hold my hands, touch my face, hug me, and talk to me heart to heart like you used to. Doctor, Doctor.
She reaches out a grasping hand at the fleeing corner of her garment.
Ich habe mich in diesem Traum von dir gesehen, wie in einen Spiegel schauend. Es war Abend, als wir dieses Gespräch hatten. Es war das erste Mal in meinem Leben, dass ich die Sonne gesehen habe. Dein Traum hat mein leeres Leben mit Bedeutung gefüllt. Du hast mich davor bewahrt, nur ein verfluchtes Gefäß zu sein. Das war ein wunderschöner Traum. So schön, dass ich vergessen habe, wie hässlich ich bin, während ich ihn betrachtete. Ich versuche nur, einen Traum zu verwirklichen. Ist das falsch von mir?
I never thought you would commit a crime over my words.
Crime? You mean what I'm doing right now? You don't like it?
Does he not know it's a crime? She says forward anxiously, fearing she might miss something.
The Foundation knows all the truths. Yet they won't tell us anything. That's why we have to release everything they repress. The news, the hysteria, the riots, the chaos. That's what Manus Vindicte told me. Is this not like your dream? Did I misunderstand?
What? What in the world did they tell you?
They told me the method of salvation, Doctor. They gave me the opportunity to save your loved ones, the world, and your dream.
The fall is painful. The space below the stage feels unexpectedly vast.
Where am I?
Enormous props fill the back area with black and white shadows painted directly onto the floor, forming another stage beneath the stage. A familiar scent lingers in the air, prompting Marcus to rub her nose.
I've smelled this before.
Welcome, Angelotti and unknown lady from the Foundation. Welcome to the small beginning of our new world.
On the stage, he gives a perfect expression of a harmless gentleman.
Oh, sleeping bullets from Laplace. You almost hit me, miss. I can't let you through, though. Not now. The leading actress is busy.
Hendrik complains, hopping to the side and out of the bullet's path.
The curtain has been raised, ladies, and the show is about to begin. Why not open your hearts before the lights come on? Let's sit down and have a civilized conversation.
The next bullet flies true, but the air is so clouded with dust that the target has already moved from its struck.
There is no need to negotiate with a terrorist. You will have a chance to talk to our specialist after I take you to the headquarters.
A terrorist? You wound me. Is it because I wear the mask of Manus? Because I revealed the truth you've been hiding? Or because we accelerated the storm and made this era end earlier than expected?
The glow of arcane skill breaks through the response to his query. Marcus raises her hand and laughs, dispelling some of the darkness.
Let me help you, Madam Hoffman.
My Angelotti! Why are you standing with the enemy? You're supposed to be one of us.
Angelotti? Is that me?
I am your salvation from the real terrorists of the world.
Salvation?
This familiar term catches her ear, burning them in. This ordinary word has become more irritating. The speech, given by the cover of the props, continues.
Angelotti with a full case of books. Tell me, of all the books you have read and all the documents you have worked with, did any of them mention the catastrophe that suddenly broke out in the summer of 1914? The scourge of the 20th century? The real history?
Are we gonna find out more of a backstory for Marcus?
You have such a kind heart, Doctor. Yet you don't know the truth. How are you going to bear the pain when you do? Theophil set himself on fire. Ben hung himself to death. Emmanuel laid himself on the railroad tracks.
Welcome back, Millie.
Cases in Vienna. They all came into contact with the menace.
I saw tilts her head back, laughing brokenly.
I can see them. I can hear them. The ghosts of future history haunting the city from above. Heads full of holes. Heads covered in shrapnel. Empty stomachs. Even the ghosts of little children. I can see them all. Cities bombed to the ground. And trains full of people headed straight for death. It is coming. It is coming. By then, the guts hanging from trees will be more vibrant than spring flowers. There will be bullets, helmets, scars. Wir haben keine Zukunft, Doktor.
How I wish it were a farce. A farce that claimed the lives of more than 10 million people. A farce that dozens of leaders decided to take part in. Ben, a dear friend of mine. He played the best Fantasia in A minor ever, but came back from the battlefield missing an arm and a leg.
He emerged that day when the generous Mr. Forget-Me-Not steps across the deck, his question siphoned with a stack of thick letters.
And Emmanuel. His hands were born to write poetry. But he was sent to the front and dug trenches until he died of disease.
When did Emmanuel stop painting? He could not even recall his old friend's handwriting. It was blurry now. Only his anger remained vivid.
Our hands are meant to hold paintbrushes, play pianos, and write stories. But they end up in gunfire because you narrow-minded hypocrites keep inciting them to violence. We've already suffered for our gifts. Now we have to watch our talented friends sacrifice themselves for man's childish tantrums. Ladies, you know all of this. Yet you call us terrorists?
Haven't been quiet for a worrying amount of time. Hoffman coughs up a mouthful full of blood, dragging attention back to her. Hoffman clutches her chest, falling just short of collapsing to her knees. Her face is now deathly pale, and Marcus watches as the cold face she wears consorts to a streak of pain and unease.
Madam Hoffman!
Henrik holds to speak, entirely unconcerned. He points at Hoffman.
The real terrorists are you, humans. Sie haben diesen Krieg begonnen.
To be continued. #21 Double Cross. The scent from backstage strikes her as odd. Something neglected within her stirs in life, pulsing in her chest, constantly pulsing, pulsing.
Hoffman?
Marcus stands stunned, watching her role model sink back to the ground.
Fortunately, the Guiding One has heard our cries and promised us salvation. The storm will put a stop to this frenetic melody before all of the good, artistic, heartfelt things in life are destroyed before our eyes. It will wash away the unwanted, the unimportant, the creators of this chaos will be severely punished.
Hendrik checks his watch unexpectedly.
It's still a little early for what Mr. Forget-Me-Not has planned, but the actors and actresses are in place. Don't worry, Mrs. Angelotti.
So Mr. Forget-Me-Not is back again?
Behind, nor will we leave any enemy spared. I will eliminate the obstacles for you and help you better understand yourself.
What? What are you talking about?
Blood courses through her in rapid fire. The sound grows louder and more intense until she can hear it bouncing in her ears.
The sifting has begun, ladies. Enjoy. The potion specially made by Mr. Forget-Me-Not. A gift from the Pikrasma tree. For those who have Arcanist blood, it will undoubtedly enhance their powers, both physically and mentally. But for the powerless, mixed blood humans, it is lethal poison.
Uh-oh. Watching the young Arcanist stupefied by the smoke, Henrik only chuckles.
People sometimes forget how different humans and Arcanists are, don't they? Marriages between the two races have been common for some time. The mixed bloods have become the majority of society. Those with less than 1/4 Arcanist blood, some with even less, have blended in amongst the humans because they don't have any arcane power. And so they are seen as humans, both by the public and by themselves. And now the punishment for betraying your own kind. You should have stood with us, but instead you sided with the enemy and watched your own kin suffer. The blood that you have ignored and forsaken will awaken, explode, and tear you apart from within.
Marcus stubbornly supports Hoffman's arm, but Hoffman raises a hand to refuse her help.
I'm fine. I'm just a bit... I can still stand.
Sadly, you won't be fine for long.
We gotta help
Mr.
Hoffman.
Forget-Me-Not is one of the best potion makers. The formula is carefully designed to prolong your suffering until sweet death finally spreads its wings over you. But resent not. Your pain is fleeting compared to what my people were made to endure. As for you, Miss Angelotti, a choice lies before you.
In the alley set to smoke, Hendrik raises his head.
Me?
You have been lied to. Humans have whispered lies through their petty, made-up history. There has been genocide, the lengthy, vicious kind, under the banner of high-minded reason. They tried to split the world in two, so that the progressives cannot be stopped by the non-progressives, so that the irrational cannot speak against the rational. When they do, death and destruction follow. You're one of us. An Arcanist child abandoned at an orphanage. You must have heard your heart pounding like a knock on the door. It's the sound of a long-lost soul coming home. It calls to you to rid your shackles of reason, to expose the lies of history, to embrace your primal passions and unleash the powers of your gift. You should be one of us, as you always should have been.
The aroma of the paradise trees. Yes, she could hear him. Echoes up from the reptilian brain, reverberating along tangled knots for reason and knowledge.
He's right, Marcus. This is the missing part of history that they didn't let you go through. Hoffman kept everything from you, didn't she? She's a liar! You're here because you want to find the truth. You don't have to work for a human institution.
dagger is thrown to the ground, spinning on its handle.
Pick it up. Drive it into your mentor's heart. Show
What?
us your resolve.
Marcus will never do that.
An opportunity has arisen. Take it. A chance to learn who you really are, where you came from, and why you were abandoned.
She picks up the dagger with blade pointed outwards.
Marcus.
Very good, Angelotti. Before the High One of Midnight sheds merciful tears and washes away the sins of man, pass the test and join us.
Stab Henrich.
And we will take you through the storm back to our era.
Our era.
A tear slides across her face.
But my era has already come. 1914. The year you once wiped out with the storm is my era!
He holds a dagger, looking up at the dome in despair.
I waited in the abandoned lighthouse of that island. I waited in the marble house of the Foundation, watching the time go back to 1966, to 1929, and finally, back here. You say this is salvation, but you're just replacing one annihilation with another. The Foundation wants to stop the destruction, but you're speeding it up. You don't care about this era, nor the people living in it. You abandon them. You hide in your empty kingdom, in your garden that doesn't yet exist, with your with your art, your poems and your pianos. And me, I just wanted to go home for a visit. Why would you take away even that?
Marcus, don't lose control of yourself.
It's too late. She charges towards the man.
I'll kill you, Heinrich!
Don't lose control, Marcus! Fight scene now. Yeah, I guess I should put a healer in the group, right? Or should... 20 healer... Nah, story should be easy.
Hey, give me a chick. Just one with the lowest denomination.
The moment of silence.
It's newly made this year.
Do this.
The moment of utterance.
Another jar?
Alright.
Benefit from reading.
What? You still don't recognize me?
Gotcha.
What about now?
The moment of silence.
It's newly made this year.
Do this.
Benefit from reading.
You don't want to miss it.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about now?
Ah. The moment of utterance.
Another jar? It's newly made this year. Gotcha. Enjoy. It's wrong.
¿Intentarlo de nuevo?
He took my turn.
The moment of silence.
Yeah, I know. Tú decides. Oh, need me to get you guys. Hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Let's dance.
The moment of utterance.
Another jar?
Yeah, I know.
Benefit from reading. Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Someone is calling me. Leave here with me, Doctor. Let the rain wash away the old world, so we can build your dream in a new one. I thought we were on the same side of liberating our oppression, giving freedom to the Arcanists.
She stretches out her hands to her. But Kakanya stands stiff, clenching and unclenching her fists in futile repetition.
I never thought that you would take people's lives, Isolde.
Estelle looks up with the maddening joy plastered on her face.
Is this why you hesitate? Because I killed a person who shouldn't be killed? A person from the Foundation? After you befriended the young lady? Is it because you made peace with the Foundation, and yet I became associated with Manus Vindicte?
She found her answer, her eyes twinkle with delight.
I see now. I understand, Doctor. I will correct my mistakes.
How would she correct her mistakes?
Isolde?
I killed a man of the Foundation. Thus, you thought I was imposing Manus Vindicte's cause over yours. It displeased you, am I right? Then I shall prove myself to you.
She produced a pistol from beneath her skirt. It once helped and
I will take Heinrich's life. Well, that would make it fair.
She's
Please,
on a killing spree.
Come with me and witness my commitment, Doctor.
She's more shocked now.
What did you say? You're going to kill... who?
But Estelle has already lifted her skirt, bowing graciously to the doctor. The familiar surge of arcane energy, the same teleportation occasion that brought Coil to the stage. After a brief flash of light, they found themselves on the other side of the stage, where a fierce battle had just taken place. Hoffman kneels in agony, tearing off her scarf to revealing the terrifying pattern of toxic veins that had spread from her heart across her chest. The potion is indeed lethal, forcefully activating her already weak blood vessels, turning her body into an overburdened machine, ready to explode on the slightest moment. Henrik did not lie. She was destined for a long, unavoidable, agonizing march through death.
I'm going to kill...
And Marcus, pulled as if by fate, finds himself caught in an all-consuming emotional whirlwind from her revelation. Her gift was not meant for battle. If misused only once, only makes her lose control even more. Welcome back, Dale.
Miss Angelotti, if you still don't see the big picture after returning to your true self, you are not one of us. Enjoy the sifting before the storm.
Missed a lot of crazy stuff. Hendrik kicks her away with indifference, no longer regarding the novice arcanist with any concern. And at this moment, I saw descend from the void, as if possessed by some strange deity.
Ah, Isolde, you're just in time. These two are hopeless.
The zealand words hangs in the air. As she smiles and raises her arms, the deadly firearm is aimed at her once friend with a straight baseline and graceful arc.
Goodbye, Heinrich.
What the? Finish page. Please don't. In impursued agony, like a bursting of a bullet in a chamber too small for it, only writes large to each vein across her body. She tries to summon her reason, looking for a way out, but only shatters half thought comes to her.
Heinrich must be taken to the headquarters. He has vital information.
The mission has failed. There will be no backup. The storm countdown has begun. Everyone will be called back to the headquarters.
This is the night storm. How much longer will we have to wait if we miss this opportunity?
Must leave at once. Marcus will have the storm syndrome if she stays here. She is losing herself. Gunshot. Isolde. Kanya. Why are they here?
Ah, Koska. You're turning your dagger at me. Me. The one who showed you the way to salvation. Me. The one who brought you all to the Guiding One. I even pleaded with Forget-Me-Not to keep a spot for Kakania. For your sake. How could you do this to me?
The bullet deviates slightly as it fires, hitting Hadra's calf in a painful but not immediately lethal shot.
Doctor, why are you trying to stop me?
You still think of me as a doctor? I can't let you do any more killing. Miss Marcus, can you get on your feet? I'll slow them down. Get Madame Hoffman to safety.
The glamour fades away, leaving only the sound of terrible blood, sickly moving. But this is the world of Arcanus. Reason is nowhere to be found, and everything is magnified by the senses. Her vision has sharp edges, cutting into her sight, and everything moves slow, making out Marcus as he plunged into a nightmare. Then, the good doctor... And I saw guns pointing at Heinrich.
You seem to be in pain. Shh. It's alright. Soon you'll be freed from the pain.
You're out of your mind, Hoffman. Don't. There must be a better way.
But how long do we have to wait for another opportunity like this? You think you can still make it back to the headquarters? You think there will be a second chance for you?
Even if we fail, Marcus will be safe. The situation has changed. Kanya's decision is the key to victory.
I can't let the clues end here.
This is the wisest decision.
She rises with all her strength. Isol sees no new obstacles, focusing only on her initial enemy. She pulls the trigger.
Madam Hoffman?
The girl, mirrored in chaos, witnesses the scene. Her reading commences, disregarding her own personal will. I can't let Essel kill such a rival source of information. That's what Madame Hoffman's thinking. But what about her poison? The bullet reeks of ghost and spirit. Oh right, Kikanya, she has gone blank. I can't read anything from her mind. And there's Henrich, who claims to be a savior. What is he thinking right now? The gunfire folly is true. One shot, 2 lives. Isopulse pierces through both Hoffman. Oh, so Hoffman was trying to stop her from killing Henrik. Isopulse pierces through both Hoffman and Henrik. This is the information her reading proved right. Oh, wait, so it's. Wait. Oh, so it's happening.
No! Madam Hoffman!
She crawls on hand and knees to her mentor's side.
No! No!
Is Heinrich still alive?
Marcus looks at the stage, now coated with blood, her voice trembling.
He's gone.
I see. Should have been faster. You must take Kanya and leave. She can protect you from Isolde. She won't side with Manus from what I see. Give him my place in the storm shelter. Her arcane powers will be useful to us. So the both of you can evacuate safely.
Did you plan this all along?
Don't cry, Marcus. I know what I'm doing. I've taken back my senses before I die. I'm glad. The pain will cease. To die with my sanity and rationality still intact. It has been an honor.
No! Kanya, can you give her first aid and take her to the station? You'll meet the Foundation there. They'll have better equipment. They'll know what to do.
Heinrich is dead, but there must still be clues on him. This isn't over yet. I have to finish the mission.
Marcus, take this. The number of that orphanage in Romania. I've had it with me for a while now, but...
Please save your strength, madam. This isn't what we need to worry about.
We don't have anything else to worry about. The mission is over. Silly child. Bring home before the storm comes. The future is yours.
Her hand slides down. The last second between them becomes an age to itself.
No, no! There must be something I can do! Everything is a book. Everything can be read. The most immediate threat to her life is that potion, Devil's Shoestring, Belladonna, Narcissus, the Zeta roots, and the fruits and roots of the Picrasma tree. It's the formula made by Forget-Me-Not. The Picrasma extract makes up more than 50% of the potion. This is very different from Laplace's formula. Arcanus potions seem to be a concoction of instincts and inspiration. Is there nothing else I can do? The Picrasma extract is not a poison in itself, just that humans cannot... there must be a way, madam! Please! She's in pain. Don't give up. Keep reading. I will find a way.
Marcus.
Even if she could read every detail, every exhausted note on this page. She cannot rescue a burning book from a fire. It's already gone.
No.
Every book has an end, Marcus. There's nothing more on a finished page. No matter how reluctant you are to flip that page and get to the end. You will move on to a new chapter. Forgive me.
No, don't turn the page! Stop here! Stop now, please!
For all the pain I had to put on you.
I can't read on. I don't like this ending.
She's gone.
She was an incredible woman.
Kaya looks at her face in shock, studying it to find again the same face she's spoken of. Mercy.
Her suffering ends here. Doctor, have you decided?
Kaya can only stand there dazed until a loud roar booms us out the opera house.
I must leave. But I will wait for your answer.
The actor exits. This is the end of the story. "23, Hazel and Granite. The brothers, the sisters, and the evil witch." Marcus holds Hoffman's hand all the while. Tears wet the note drop by drop, causing the ink to it to bleed. The chaotic thought in her mind is all receded away. The roaring of her heart begins to slow. At this moment, only grief and bewilderment remains.
Madame Hoffman was calm till the end. Why? Was she not afraid? No. I just read her fear through her trembling fingers. But she would not show it. She knew it would have frightened me.
Repeat.
The communicator rings again.
This is the 24-hour countdown to the storm. All personnel must return to the headquarters. Repeat. This is the 24-hour countdown to the storm. Hoffman, this is Semmelweis. You must leave now. Last call. You know we won't wait if you miss it.
Marcus turns off the communicator with one hand.
The storm is coming, Doctor. Come with me to the headquarters. You can take Madame Hoffman's place in the shelter.
The doctor says nothing. She lifts her head, gazing at the non-existent canopy. Then she speaks as if making a plea to the gods above.
King Midas hunted in the woods, in search of Silenus, the wisest satyr, the companion of the wine god. What is the best and most enticing thing for a man? The king asked. The satyr laughed in response. Children of mischance and misery, you are asking for an answer you wish not to hear. And what is best is beyond your reach. To never be born, to never exist, to be nothing. But you still have the next best thing. Die. And do it soon.
Kikara covers her face, a piercing laugh escaping through her fingertips, accompanied shortly after by tears.
I don't care if I could make it through the storm. My end is already upon me.
Doctor.
I'd rather die here than spend the rest of my life running from the storm. Get to safety, Miss Marcus. I still have things to do. It's a shame that we won't get to be colleagues.
She turns resolution, not looking back once. Not once looking back. But the young apprentice did not stop her. She is thinking of something more important.
Auf der Suche nach Silenos. Did Theophil write the poem in the same misery and despair? Then why did he call the painting The Salvation? He set fire to every piece of his work, but why leave this one out? And this strange way of drawing?
Her thoughts are clearer than ever before. Guilt, madness, blame, hatred that burns through everything, raging through her thoughts. The past that once filled that page was gone now. Now no one will make it her decision for her.
Heinrich said he showed the path to salvation and brought you all to the guiding. Salvation. Salvation. Could it be?
Could be what? All the information he has read in the past, along with the surging blood from the potion, converged before her eyes.
If I succeed, I can prevent the death of someone who holds the clues. Even if I die, I'll still turn Kakanya completely against Isolde. This was your plan, madam?
What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant.
I know what to do now.
She opens her eyes wide, calling out to the figure as she is about to leave.
Doctor, wait! There might be another way.
But Kakao does not listen. She has made up her mind.
Don't fall into darkness.
The departing figure is held back. Marcus fights with unspeakable determination.
Don't let madness or despair take over, Doctor. This is not the end. My mission is not over.
She reaches in her pocket, silencing a small machine that has been frantically signaling final activation warning.
There's still another way to end this. But it can only be done by you and me.
A blaze light from the street, replacing the glow of dead electric lights. People's fight, throwing themselves into the frenzied hysteria. The streets look like an explosion powder keg.
The Guiding One is merciful in bringing this era to an end before the summer of 1914. Here, the nationalists, the internationalists, the arcanists, the rationalists, the progressives, the conservatives, the fanatics, the bystanders. They indulge in passion, insisting that it is their ideals that make up the world. Who would have thought that such a progressive and sensible era would end in a barbaric war? Yet in the end, like dust, they'll be swept away and forgotten by time. Only the true believers will survive the end But I must regretfully remind you. Killing one of our own, despite your merits, is a violation of the rules. I will report this to the Guiding One.
May I have a moment alone, Mr. Forget-Me-Not? I want to look at this city one last time.
Whatever you want.
What's she gonna do? Is she gonna sing in the storm?
Doctor!
I've thought about this and made up my mind, Isolde. You were right. I will join you.
I have been waiting to hear this for so long. I know this is what you want. Now I can finally make your dream come true.
Kakaya extends her handkerchief, wiping away her wild-eyed tear of joy.
Before we leave, I would like to take one last walk in this world. Would you like to join me and walk to my clinic?
Oh, so what's gonna happen in the clinic? Not per se. It's just the storm happens rapidly or earlier than expected if there's a lot of chaos happening.
Du hast alles gut durchdacht.
Kakasha shuts the door, dimming the apocalyptic clamor outside. The clinic remains cluttered, empty, and quiet. Only the mirrors no longer flash.
Ja, der Spiegel macht mir Angst nach dem, was passiert ist. Er spiegelt wahrheitsgetreu mein hässliches Gesicht wider. Meine abstoßende Seele.
Doktor, du bist nicht abstoßend. Wie kann jemand, der abstoßend ist, so edle, hohe Ideale haben wie du?
Vielleicht. Vielleicht haben Sie recht. Es ist Zeit, das Tuch zu lüften.
Cal pulls back the curtains. The dim room suddenly brightens. This is a trap with Marcus
Das
and
Licht
her?
tut weh. Hast du die Vorhänge geöffnet? Doktor, ich kann nichts sehen.
A overexposed world slowly reveals itself. It's a strained, cold voice.
Schauen Sie sich dieses Gemälde an, Isolde. Erinnert es Sie an etwas?
Ich kann es nicht deutlich sehen, Doktor. Es ist zu hell hier. Könntest du die Vorhänge etwas zuziehen?
Das ist das Gemälde Ihres verstorbenen Bruders. Die Rettung. Wir haben eine einfache Tatsache übersehen, Isolde. Bis Heinrichs letzte Worte uns alle daran erinnerten. Theophil schrieb seine Notiz in Verzweiflung, nannte aber sein letztes Gemälde die Rettung.
Doktor, es ist so hell hier. Können wir woanders reden?
He waits for a response of concern or pity, but she receives none.
Wie konnte ich das übersehen, Isolde? Eine noble Dame wie sie kann nicht nur singen und tanzen, sondern auch zeichnen. Theophil war ein feiner Herr, aber nur fein. Er war talentiert, aber nicht begabt. Die Frauen des Detastdorfs waren schon immer bessere Medien als ihre Männer. Sie sind viel begabter als ihr Bruder. Sollen wir euch beiden dankbar sein? Du und dein Bruder, ein paar Messiasse dieser Ära? Einer von euch schrie die Wahrheit in einem bemitleidenswerten Gedicht heraus und hielt seine Verzweiflung in Form von Kunst fest. Und der andere...
Doktor...
Und der andere wollte die Farbe von oben abkratzen, ihre wahren Farben enthüllen und sie neu formen. Das bist du, Isolde. Du hast versucht, die Verzweiflung abzukratzen und die Welt mit deinen mitfühlenden, mitleidigen Händen neu zu formen. Er schuf die Kunst und du hast sie vervollständigt. Du und dein Bruder seid die Mitgestalter dieses Gemäldes, aus Mitleid für diese Welt. Und deshalb war es das einzige Werk, das den Brand überstanden hat. Habe ich recht, Isolde? Sag es mir!
Caution words carries weight.
Mit Heinrichs Hilfe habt ihr beide den Anführer von Manus Vindicte getroffen. Ihr habt das Wunder gesehen. Euch wurde der Weg zur Rettung gezeigt. Aber der arme Theophil konnte nicht akzeptieren, was ihm gesagt wurde. Wie du wurde er von seinem edlen Blut verflucht. Er hatte Mitgefühl für die Welt, hielt aber dennoch an den Privilegien des Adels fest. Er wollte nicht mit Manus Vindicte zusammenarbeiten, aber er wollte auch keinen Krieg. Er hatte seine inneren Kämpfe. Als Begünstigter der Rettung war das Schreiben von Verzweiflung sein einziger Ausweg. Er musste sein Leben nehmen, um den Schmerz zu beenden. Und er wollte, dass du dich ihm anschließt, damit ihr beide gemeinsam von der Qual befreit werdet. Aber er übersah die Tatsache, dass du im Gegensatz zu ihm bereits in Verzweiflung lebtest. Alles, was er hatte und ihm wichtig war, hatte nie dir gehört. Die Zerstörung dieser Welt bedeutete dir nichts.
Mein Kopf tut wirklich weh.
Also hast du aus Mitleid den Abzug gezogen.
Ich kann nicht sehen. Könntest du bitte das Licht im Raum dimmen?
Betrachte dieses Gemälde. Schau dir diese Spiegel an, Isolde. Was hat dir der Anführer von Manus Vindicte gezeigt? Was ist der Weg zur Rettung? Ist es ein Zauber? Ein Ritual? Du bist die Einzige, die es weiß.
Alright, so I think we were able to handle it.
Watch the mirrors, Miss Marcus. I'll guide us all to the memory. If only this would undo my mistakes.
You can do this, Miss Kakanya.
Ich kann dich nicht sehen. Wo bist du hin? Verlass mich nicht, Doktor.
Schließ deine Augen, Isolde. Sag mir, was du von der Rettung hältst.
Can I start running?
Ma, falle gli occhi neri. Meine Augen. Wo sind meine Augen, Schwester? Wo bin ich? Das Schauspiel begann lange davor, Schwester.
Sie spricht mit ihrer Schwester, die jung gestorben ist.
Wo? Nirgendwo Besonderes. Eine gewöhnliche Party. Eine Seance. Bewunderer, Schmeichler, immer da, bei jedem Treffen. Diese naive kleine Tosca. Sie vertraute ihren süßen Worten. Sie erzählte in eine andere Geschichte. Vorhänge im Wind, das warme Bad der Sonne.
Was passierte als nächstes?
Schließ das Fenster! Schließ es!
The moment of utterance.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Benefit from reading.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about now?
Let's get it over quick.
¿Intentarlo de nuevo?
Gotcha.
The moment of silence.
Another jar? It's newly made this year. You don't want to miss it.
Need me to get you guys an ambulance?
There they are.
The moment of utterance. The moment of silence.
Coming.
Benefit from reading. We walk in long nights.
I'll fill the cup for you.
Second phase. Hey Van Hulse, how's everything? Thank you for the raid. What were you streaming today? Oh, nice. We did get the new character, but right now I think for my main group I don't have any good characters that are good with her yet.
Was ist los mit deiner Stimme?
Oh, nice.
Wo bist du jetzt?
How do you like her, like, set, like, you know, like, who do you have with her? Because I know on the thing I saw they want you to have two fairy, Sabot, Specialio, and Jessica, but yeah, I have two fairy. I don't have this boxing girl yet. Oh, nice. Yeah, because I know for certain ones, even with the debuff and stuff, it does increase the crit for Spedia. Yeah.
Eine Probe. Der goldene Ball. Sei nicht sauer auf mich. Ich weiß, eine Schauspielerin sollte perfekt sein. Jede Tosca sollte den feinsten Traum darstellen. Sie sehen sie als einen Vogel. Aber genießt sie das? Tut sie das?
Ist der Vogel noch da?
Er ist fort. Cavaradossi öffnete den vergoldeten Käfig und er floh.
I kind of, yeah, like, right now you're hearing German. I know the 1.6 one, it had Russian. It was like take place in like the mountains. Let's see. Phase 2. Okay, so weakness. Wait. I'll change it up a little bit.
Now,
Newly made this year.
now, lunches to
Time continues to speak
Another
of
jar?
truth.
It's newly made this year.
ladies and gentlemen. This is no magic, nor any special kind of medication.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
There they are. Let's get it over quick. Ugh. Got you.
Not bad. Let's see.
Do this here.
Understood. Never hold back.
Yes, I know. What? You still don't recognize me?
Like
What
an
about
unstoppable beam. Seize the opportunity.
Hey, hey, hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Let's dance.
A moment of silence.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Understood.
Benefit from reading.
Enjoy!
No turning back.
Phase 3 now?
Erkennst du dieses Teil? Das dachte ich mir.
You're overdoing it, Miss Kakanya. Mir geht's gut. Mach weiter, Isolde.
Von einem Punkt zeichnete der Pinsel einen Kreis.
Is this boss gonna be like one of those raid bosses later?
Das Porträt begann mit diesem dummen Kreis. Dann zeichnete er Augen und einen Mund. Und dann gebar der Kreis den Kreis. Unheil gebar Unheil. Kunst, eine faszinierende Krankheit. Verlangen, Unterdrückung und Wahnsinn.
Es ist die Rettung. Wir kommen näher.
Yeah, because right now, since this is only the story base wise, that's why I don't have any healers right now. But later,
Nein, nein, ihr meint es falsch.
if it's a raid and stuff, I might bring a healer in.
Theophil, du meinst es falsch.
There they are.
A moment of
Please
utterance.
warm the liquor for someone.
Do this here. Yes, I know.
Learn from silence.
The drums and the horns
Yeah.
sound. The sword shall be drawn.
Boss fights music.
Need me to get you guys an ambulance? Time for a special massage.
Ah.
Now, let's
Another jar?
lucky guess.
It's newly made this year.
Benefit from reading.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no match, no any special kind like
Gotcha. Let's get it over quick.
Almost down.
Another jar?
Time for tongues to speak of truth. Never hold back.
There they are.
Di soffoca di sangue!
I was so close.
Dr. Catania! Was passiert als nächstes? Was ist danach passiert? Cavradossi, wohin bist du gegangen? Bitte schau mich an, Doktor! Hilf mir! Bitte hilf mir!
7-7 set!
Doctor, you must stop using the mirror. You will both collapse if you continue to force her.
I'm running out of options. I have to hypnotize her.
Hypnotize me. You, Miss Clara, the doctor who resents hypnosis and had even fought a duel to stop it. You are going to use it on me. Why? Because I'm a hysterical, irrational woman? The wicked witch? The cursed, inconsolable arcanist? Why? Why are you like this to me?
Please, calm yourself, Isolde. And fix your eyes on this watch.
Why? Did I do something wrong again? Am I hopelessly incurable? Why couldn't you cure me? Can't you save me from despair one more time?
She looks at the beautiful girl, her once friend. But she doesn't know how to save her.
Schlaf, Isolde. Gehe zum Ort des Friedens, zum Heim der Nacht.
No, she isn't. The storm just happens when there's a mass disturbance in the world.
Wenn du bereits eine Entscheidung getroffen hast und denkst, dass ich schuldig bin, warum behandelst du mich dann so sanft? Wenn das die Lösung ist, die du gebracht hast, werde ich sie mit Freude annehmen.
She's asleep. She begins a familiar era, singing with all her heart. Her voice at last, not some guise or act, but her true self.
Al ciel che ne radian più belli nell'ora del dolor perché
So in case anybody doesn't know, she's an opera singer. The song never left her.
Doctor. E Lucevan. Le Stelle.
Yep, and that's the title of the main thing. Yep.
Now, tell me, Isolde. What do you think of when you look at this painting?
Clear, bright, and accompanied by the echo of the tides.
I am intrigued by the name of
Oh,
your
she's
little
back?
group. The Circle.
Yes, unlike other animals, there's a power in every one of us. It's the source of our instinct. Following it, man survives the cruelty of nature. In awe of this extraordinary power, the first of man drew a magical circle on the ground, symbolizing a higher power and declaring that man would no longer be at the mercy of nature. That was the first circle, the first magic, the first art.
An interesting take. I happen to have a circle too. This is also an ancient miracle. A circle of salvation. It shelters the chosen ones from the falling rain and sees them to the promised land.
The circle. A vague murmur emanates from the mirror, like an ancient echo.
Yes! That's it! I saw it! Doctor, I heard it! I read the storm immunity ritual! We did it!
Finally.
Gecko falls to the ground, exhausted. Marcus, ready now to face the communication again, activates it. This time, though, it brings good news.
News from the front line. They have sent home the storm immunity ritual. Get to work, people. In the 22 hours before the storm arrives, the whole world is our proving ground.
That's the end of the main story. Alright, let's see what this new thing is. You reply on how to best take care of daggers and hanging mirrors. You mean crisis mode? Reply from the headquarters. Miss Marcus, level 2 investigator. Regarding the matters of the Arcanists Isol and Gohan, the headquarters of the St. Pablo Foundation has been fully informed of the situation, and the Special Assessment Department is now working on containment measures. We thank you for your efforts. Please stay out of harm's way and move to a safe area before the storm arrives. At this time, the St. Pablo Foundation temporary containment plan is as followed. Unregistered Arcanist Russell von Dittendorf. A preliminary threat assessment report has been prepared, and the session meets the level 3 containment potential in the St. Pablo Foundation and underground shelter. We will temporarily mobilize the Razor Squad, a special operations squad stationed in Prague, to arrive in Vienna and assist the investigation team in any way possible to ensure the safety throughout the containment process. Unregistered Arcanist Clara Windsor. A prepared threat assessment report has been prepared. The assessment poses a low level of danger. In accordance with the Containment Management Regulation document number 003, no mandatory containment measures will be taken. Please ensure her safety, as she will be subpoenaed in the future as the material witness of the Vanilla incident in accordance with the law. May the peace be with us. St. Pablo Foundation Headquarters.
People are always busy on a sunny day.
So we're done with the main event. We're gonna probably, next time we pop onto the game, we're gonna probably do the Knight's Antidote and probably the small room. So this will be a preview of what we're gonna do next.